It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Mo sọ pressure ti wà. Má sọ Yorùbá. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. You're not serious, I don't know.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Pressure ti wà, wàhálà ti wà, but it's always good for you to know ahead of time. Let me tell you something. Back in the days, the media, when the media used to be in the control of the criminal gangs, whether it is the capitalists or it is the politicians or any kind of people who wield some power through the media, when social media came, we took the right from them.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, so like Lórí YouTube, and yes, so like
What you are going to hear on MaiyegunDiary Politico tonight is very, very serious. In fact, right now, pressure tiwa. Tinubu and gang, they are now running really, really mad, going after every platform that kind of publishes things on Tinubu's drug trafficking, history, and the ongoing. So Maiyegun's diary Politico won't be spared. But for your own education, understanding, and in fact, for the sake of our own children, when they will begin to rewrite history, a drug dealer is a drug dealer. A drug dealer should never be a role model, even if he has been escaping justice in open.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ìṣúra.
Share this broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. We want to talk about this new video. A video of Sanwoolu, Tinubu, and a man called Yara Osman Diara or Osman Yara. Do you all remember Buruji Kashamu and how he kind of got into Nigeria politics, became a member of a ruling party, then went on to become an elected senator. He was going to be a governor before his death. People stood for him. People defended him. People said his enemies were coming after him. Do you know why they call Nigeria a crime scene? You will get to know more tonight, at least.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ìṣúra òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ìṣúra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì ayé ìṣúra kì.
Thank you. As you are watching this video, Nigeria President-elect or INEC select Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now trending in so many French-speaking African countries. And the reason is simply because 2 days ago or thereabout, an investigative journalist, David Hundeyin, released a copy of Tinubu's passport as a Guinean. Now, Tinubu being a Guinean and not declaring same when he was running to be president of Nigeria is against the law of Nigeria. So, does that mean that Tinubu has committed a perjury? Rather than being the president, he should be going to jail. Well, not many people are kind of impressed about what will happen if Tinubu has a dual citizenship or he doesn't. But there is more. Guinea-Conakry. What would Tinubu be doing in Guinea-Conakry? It was a private citizen, you know, it was a governor of a state. And then from 2007, he's been a private citizen. You can give that to him. Let's leave other political godfatherism and other privilege, other stealing and looting and then whatever he's involved in. But he's a private citizen. In 2008, a coup happened in Guinea-Conakry. That coup, right, exposed the disjointed, disorganized, and the corrupt system that they have in Conakry, not just exposed it, it's further destroyed whatever was left. But something happened afterward. In the news, they said that the drug dealers and then the drug traffickers of the Latin America, from that 2008, with a military coup, they were able to make that country their hub of transit, drug trafficking. Okay. Then what does that have to do with Nigeria? Right. Nigeria is also kind of pointed as a drug hub or a drug transit hub in Africa too. Which means those who were the real drug lords, the real drug lord that controls it in Africa, they are possibly in Nigeria. That was the research then. But who were they? What kind of connection do they have? How have they been able to evade, right? Arrest. And they have been able to smuggle tons and, hundreds of thousands of tons of illicit drugs. Well, that was undergoing behind the scene. People are being arrested every day in Nigeria for drug trafficking. Either they are trying to smuggle it or they have been arrested when they get to their destination and all of that. So Nigeria kind of got put in that bracket too. West African drug transit hub. But who are those running the drug transits within Nigeria and the rest of West Africa? A lot of us probably didn't kind of care. But like I mentioned, when you heard the names like Buruji Kashamu, someone I can call Akindele, that and some of these guys that K1 always kind of praise in his songs. Some got jailed in America, some jailed here in the UK, some are jailed in China, sentenced to death in all over the world, in Saudi Arabia. But who are those coordinating the trafficking? Well, there wasn't much searchlight until Tinubu decided to be the president of Nigeria. And every known thing by everyone, as expected though. See, look at me now. If I tell you that I want to be the governor of anywhere in Nigeria, they will tell you the history of they will tell me the history of my forefathers, my fathers, my great-grandfathers, and everybody that came before me, what they did. Politics will let them show that. But this is not that kind of history of your forefather. It is like my own history that I've been able to like cover for so long. So the moment you put yourself out there, you are saying, okay, check me. This is no longer what people make up. Oh. It's not make-up story. It's not like tarnishing people's image or anything. These are court documented cases. So they started digging. That was when we discovered that Tinubu was the treasurer, accountant to drug traffickers in America. That if not because he ran away and he had to rat out some of his accomplices to make a deal. And even in that deal, when they were convicting others to jail, he was in Nigeria trying to be a senator in Nigeria. This was in 1993. Now, normally this won't make any much kind of noise, right? Because they will say, well, it's not been, you know what I mean? At least it's not your president. It's not trying to be the president of Nigeria. So yeah, that's it. But the moment he said he wanted to be president of Nigeria, that means what the game he has played is that his own crime has now become the crimes of Nigerians. Of course, you expect people to react. Sorry if you are a non-Nigerian watching right now, okay? If you are not from Nigeria, my accent can be sounding somehow to you, yeah? Sometimes I may want to say a word. I may say a word that will mean something different to you, get you confused. You would have to manage it, okay? Because if not for colonization or no colonization, are you with me? I'll be speaking my language right now. You probably will be listening and watching me. Watching me because you've managed to study that language as well. But again, just manage them. Even if the English not too pure. Like, I don't understand this says English. You don't have to really kind of understand that much. Idea. There's something we use in Nigeria. We call it idea. You can use an idea to have an understanding of what I'm saying. Because if I have to speak in my language, right, which is what it should have been if what happened didn't happen to those before me. But it's not an excuse, okay? But at the same time, just manage them. And if you know if you manage them, read the comments, okay? Maybe you understand better. People started digging. Hang on. This is making sense now, okay? But he still went on because he's already kind of bought all of the institutions that could actually checkmate him, that could have actually stopped somebody like him. But it is a corrupt system in Nigeria, very, very deeply corrupt. Do you understand? And we are talking about somebody that we were told that he's been planning this for decades. All he is looking for right now is the immunity that's going to cover him. It's like a blanket immunity that the criminals, whether you are a genocidist, whether you are a murderer, or whether you are like, like himself, a drug runner, once you get to the presidency of Nigeria, all your sins will receive national blanket immunity. They will just say, nobody is saint. And I think that's what he wanted. Because everything he has stolen, every crime he has committed, everyone he has managed to kind of pretended to have buried, they could all kind of be, they could all be sort of, on earth at a time, and everything could be taken away from him just in a twinkle. But if he managed to get that immunity of being president of Nigeria, yeah, people will have to bear the consequences, but he would have to live and die honorably, like an honorable criminal that have, like others that have died and ruled Nigeria. Sure, you get genocide is somebody who murdered people for civilians, who killed them. They gave him a hero, national hero kind of a statue in Nigeria. His name is Muritala Muhammad, a murderer, a genocidist. Are you with me? He became head of state in Nigeria. His face is in their 20 naira in that country right now. So just so you know that there is a reason why he came this far. But you see, like I said, traditionally, in the olden days, right? The criminals, once you gain access to government, okay, and you kind of steal enough, you either buy a media house or start one, or you either have to begin to have your moles as journalists. Now, what will happen is this: when information that is so vital like this, whenever it comes to the attention or into the hands of a journalist, the journalistic rule, ABFO, is that they will have to contact you. For example, you saw that Tinubu's Americans case, normally in Nigeria, the journalists have known about it for years, for more than 30 years. It's not new. But what happened is that whenever they come, whenever they came across it and they want to use it against him, right? Or they want to write about it, what they will do is that they will contact them, and the next thing, they will just pay them off. They call them brown envelope journalists. Are you with me? So such stories, they don't make it out there. But if by any error, the publication, the story gets to the desk of your editor. Now, if the whole company is owned by the thief you want to write about, would your editor publish the same? Of course they won't. So they will kill the story. That's the second step. Now, let's say the editor is also a rebel that wanted to tell the truth and want to publish anything and let people see the truth, right? The moment the publication, the media, once they publish that story, the following morning, once it makes the headline everywhere, the soldiers, the police, everybody, they will move straight to the headquarters of that media house. Others will move straight to all the newsstands across the country to confiscate such printout publication. So you get to get them out of everybody's hand. They will arrest all the journalists. They will lock up their media house. That's the tradition. So if you want to be a journalist in Nigeria, it's like one day you get your own baptismal of fire. Before they come for you, they will first offer you a sort of something. A lot of those media guys, then, that is why when you look at them today, they are older guys, they are older people, junk journalists. So even if you want to write something against somebody, you can engineer them and pay them to write it like an opinion. So because of that, they made names, people like Femi Okonu Adeshino and his likes. So they became the gatekeepers. They were like the opinion molders that many people like us grew up knowing as people who gave opinion about Nigeria. We didn't know, right, that they were actually part of the establishment, feeding us whatever we wanted. They wanted us to hear. Whoever they wanted us to hate. Are you with me? Whoever the media wanted us to hate, they will just come. You will be hearing your papa, your mama. They will be talking about that person like they know the person like, you know what I mean? Because the media is able to brainwash them. They got radio houses. They have TV houses. They employed people, okay? And they just give them the script to feed the people whatever they want. My dear people, social media just happened. Boom. No editorial review. No editorial rule checkmate. Free speech just took another dimension. These old geriatrics who are stuck in their 18 holes, they are now rambling about. They have no idea how to handle it. As I am talking to you right now, my own whatever you want to know about me, okay? If I'm a public official right now, you can see them out there, just free of charge. You don't need to be going about and be looking for, let me go and look for that journalist that work for The Sun. I know that man. He's always telling the truth. At the end of the day, social media just exposed majority of those who we called veteran journalists in Nigeria. We discovered that a majority of them have been living off the crumbs from the criminals who have been running Nigeria. Depends on which side they find themselves. Social media exposed all of that. Today, young people, including old people too, because I figured something out. You see, when you talk about the obedient, I have figured out that the obedient are not just young people. There are old, grandma obedient, grandpa obedient, uncle obedient, grandson obedient. You know what I mean? Like there are actually people who have, is like an idea for them. An idea that maybe Nigeria will work if they push. So when people try to limit them to Igbo this, Igbo that, that is also to let you know that if it was in the olden days, the media would have changed the narrative so easily. Have you not noticed? But with social media, you can't really hoodwink people that much. Of course, you may take advantage of them. Yeah, like APC took advantage of the young people in 2015. That's what happened. From 2013, 2014, the social media liberated God. A lot of people. In fact, it took so many people 10 years for them to battle the change of trying to unlearn what they have learned about Nigeria. Things they knew. Like that's how you see it is. Well, my friend, you can never change, Jare. My brother, see, Nigeria is this, he can never do that. You know what I mean? It took them years. With social media, people started learning a lot. The history that they didn't teach in schools in Nigeria, people started learning them. They started feeling like, I didn't know. Hey, that's not what they told us. So people started unearthing documents. I'm not talking about writing alone. No. They are bringing out documents, ancient documents, to back up a lot of to expose a lot of lies in Nigeria. This didn't go down well with the old order in Nigeria. And I think that's what they are still battling with right now. Today, social media is like everything. And the young people in Nigeria and the old people as well, they seem to have embraced it. It is only this old order that are not really getting it. And that is why they have lost the battle of propaganda, the battle of misinformation, the battle of brainwashing. They've lost it. The only thing they have left is the battle or let me say the violence, very soon they will lose that too. The violence where they will threaten you, threaten to arrest you, threaten to jail you, threaten you for what you say. Now, you no longer have to group into a building as journalist, as reporter, as anything anymore. Everybody now is a reporter, citizen reporters. If you put up a lie, there are people who are ready to debunk it by bringing out facts to debunk you. So it's now left for people to believe the lie or believe the truth. Now, it's no longer like, something is like, I said it because I'm old man. They will rubbish you. They will rubbish, you know what I mean? They will rubbish you, not by abusing you. They will rubbish you with facts. The older generation that are still battling this reality are the ones that are now crying about asking for respect. These people don't have respect. Don't you have a father at home? Don't you have respect? Don't you have elders? Did they not raise you well? These are the useless people, bunch of liars, brainwash loads, who have nothing else to defend themselves against the people that are more brilliant, more exposed, more intelligent than them. And that is exactly the battle today. Tinubu wants to be president of Nigeria of this 21st century. And they want to do that by lying, propaganda, intimidation, manipulation, election rigging, falsification. And they actually feel that's it. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's go to the real thing. When they told people that Tinubu is a drug dealer, the world media, they were watching. They are watching, pretending. Let's see if Nigeria are going to elect their own Pablo Escobar. Now, the people that wanted to rig for the people that rigged for Kolu, they decided to go and put somebody that is the representative of the angry youth. They said angry youth. They call Nigerians who disagree with them, who rejected them, they call them angry youth. They said, okay, you have proven your point. Now let us move on. Are you mad, Dini? Move to where? The youth are telling them, move to where? Are you mad? Nobody's moving anywhere. A drug dealer will not be their president. Now they call them fascists. The people that rigged for Kolu, they thought if putting Obi at number 3, thought he won't have any courage to come and fight them for anything anyway. And as for Atiku, it is esprit de corps. Esprit de corps. Rigging versus rigging. Now, person will rig past, they declare winner in Nigeria. So Atiku cannot, he will come to equity, must come with clean and Abi. Atiku has no clean. All thief, not thief. But you see this one where they represent all these angry youth in their millions, put them for third. At least that will tell him that we are not in his league. Now, the person they put for third right now is the one that is turning on the burner on their asses right now. So what happened? They thought in fact, somebody came. Let me say this before we continue. Somebody said that, my wonder shall never end, you. That Maiyegun, that is promoting the peaceful dissolution of Nigeria to put an end to this whole madness, okay? Having understand that we are forcefully, and then fraudulently forced together as a people. Now, he said that now that Maiyegun is now defending Obi. Listen to that. He's no longer talking about the Yoruba nation. And I said, Alabosi niyi. Let me explain your hypocrisy. Even on this streets, social media streets, I will be happy if you can bring one single person who have contributed positively, physically, verifiably to the cause of the Yoruba people since this whole chat about referendum started. If you can bring just one person who has made that physical contribution, who has rallied people around this more than Maiyegun, probably I can give you this 1 million naira in my extra account. I'll give you that. I'm talking about making an impact. Maybe because I am not here, right? Shouting and giving you dates, raising flags and making other, fire or whatever to you is what makes Maiyegun not talking about Yoruba nation anymore. But again, that's just on the side. Every day on this platform, you know what I do? Every of my program is to explain to you, every one of you, right, why Nigeria is not working and why it will never work. And every day, right, this platform is convincing everyone that care to listen that, yeah, this guy is saying the truth. And you can hear them when they call in to say, I actually used to think it would be. Now I don't. I mean, I've been listening to you for a while. Now I understand why. Because Nigeria and your criminal leaders in Nigeria, their actions and inactions, even against you who believe in Nigeria, are all enough to finally turn everybody back to say, oh, no wonder I now believe in Maiyegun. And today is one of the reasons why you will know Nigeria won't work, it's not working, and you understand why you should support a peaceful dissolution of Nigeria. But you haven't agreed yet. Therefore, the impunity, the injustice, the inequality, as well as, state-sponsored profiling in Nigeria is the reason why Nigeria is going to break up. And it's not because Maiyegun wants Nigeria to break up. It's not because the IPOB want Nigeria to break up. It's not because every other people who are asking that you either restructure Nigeria to bring a little bit of sanity or let everybody go their separate way. The reason why they are all asking is not because Maiyegun is saying it. It's because of reasons like this. Okay? So soon, you will get to see more people that will rather live in a different country than a country led by a drug dealer, a country ruled by drug traffickers and all manner of criminals. Just same way, in 8 years, the demand for the breakup of Nigeria escalated under APC. That's not because Maiyegun. What Maiyegun does is to make people understand why we have to leave, and to know the people who are actually contributing to why we must leave. That somebody is from your tribe or from your ethnic nationality, having contributed to this ruin and destruction, which we are victims of, every one of you watching me right now, okay? Whether you want to admit it or not, I don't care where you come from. Every part of Nigeria and everyone from every part of Nigeria is a victim of what happened and what is happening in Nigeria. So, but what do you need? You need more education to let them know that people who kind of love their own criminals differently, like the ones we have in Yoruba land. I'm a Yoruba man. We have Yorubas who actually enjoys this corruption, criminality, because they are benefiting from it, or they are hoping to benefit from it at the detriment of the majority. So when we are now talking about Yoruba independence, don't you think we have to educate some of these characters too, that in an independent Yoruba nation, there will be no room for bigotry. There will be no room for racism. There will be no room for this anger and lazing about becoming political, you know what I mean, Africans and the rest. In fact, there will be no room for political patronage, which is what they actually do right now. Now, if you want to make that happen, that starts with education. So yeah, that's what I do every day, explaining to Yorubas and non-Yorubas alike why it is actually the right thing to do when we go our separate ways. A lot of you will follow that in a twinkle. But do you know why you won't? Because the owners, the people who are, the criminals who are benefiting from Nigeria, they come from your tribe, they come from my tribe, they come from your ethnic nationality, they come from mine. They are this group of criminals who are the owners of Nigeria, benefiting from it. They don't want it to break. That they are keeping Nigeria together today. One Nigeria, one Nigeria. You and I know it's not because of me and you. So what else? What else do you need to let you know that sooner or later, everybody's going to agree? Because you know what? God didn't create Nigeria. Remember that. Lugard and his girlfriend, who became his wife, Flora, named Nigeria. And You know what happened? Even as mad as they were, as selfish as they were, they never called Nigeria one Nigeria. That's why we need our history. That is why the social media is the enemy. Because the social media will tell you what your grandfathers, your fathers didn't tell you. The lies that a lot of us are living today were not told us by government. They were told us by our parents, our uncles. Lies about Nigeria. We found out now, and here we are. The clash of generations, the old order, the new order. So the same injustice, the method at the Shiite, they want the method at the IPOB, they want the method at even the NSAS. Every injustice everyone has suffered in Nigeria is what has contributed to this uprising. Now, you can't name it Peter Obi. That's where you are also making a mistake. If it was in the back in the days, the media would have helped you twist it. You call them obituary, you call them different names, but guess what? They are in your families too. You know it. You know I'm saying the truth. All these ones shouting obedience, obedient, obedient. They are in your family. They are right there in the north, in the south, and you know why they are shouting it. But you can continue to live in that denial. That's not my own job. Okay? But if you understand the people you are dealing with, that they are more intelligent, you may think they are young. They are more intelligent. They are more exposed. They have more clearer understanding of the world than those who gave birth to them. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, you can't tell them about the future anymore when they can see today and they now know better that their tomorrow is only determined by their today. And if they are not involved in their today, then you can't tell them that their tomorrow is guaranteed when they can see you waste away their today. And they know that today is being wasted because of tomorrow. You can't speak English. You can't intimidate them. You can't threaten them. You can't use propaganda. And that is why it seems that you still don't know that it's not about obedience or not. It is like a combination of all rage against an establishment that has finally outlived its usefulness, religion, tribe, and every other card they play. They are now gradually fading away. Religion, tribe, and all these things they are using, they are gradually fading away. Have you not noticed? Now, these young people have turned to FBI. Who be this person that they found the moment the story of, you know what I mean? The story of Tinubu and what is his name? Sanwoolu. And then Yara. Who be this guy? Could Tinubu be a sort of a godfather for other drug traffickers across West Africa as a godfather? It doesn't have to do the drug with them. But they know that if anything goes wrong, they can call the godfather. You know that kind of a thing. Like somebody will just call from Mali and they will just say, hello, who is that? Say, le passé, passeport, le passé, le Malais, Otara, Osman, Diara, le Malais. Say, Esperideco, Ashiwaju is coming. What's the problem? What's your problem? Pass the message. You know, if you have watched Blacklist and some of these American and then all these, drug, these drug lord movies. Yeah. The real man who is the godfather is a public figure, politician. Nobody knows what he does behind the scene, but he's a deadly drug dealer behind the scene. Nothing happens within that region, that axis, West Africa. Sure, you get, that will be godfathers. Let me tell you this story. In 2002, Obasanjo traveled to, what's that place called again? Where Gbagbo was their president. Ivory Coast, Abi. She na Ivory Coast. Sorry, I always mix them up. The same way I mixed up Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry. Gbagbo, I remember the guy. You shall remember Gbagbo. Laurent Gbagbo. I think he's, where's that again? Ivory Coast. Obasanjo traveled to Ivory Coast as the president of Nigeria in one of his, all this John Kenton, John Kenton, begging people for debt forgiveness for Nigeria, right? When Obasanjo got to Ivory Coast, and he met with Gbagbo. Gbagbo said, sorry, Obasanjo, you have been asking Nigerians to return. But there is this guy here, right from Benin Republic to Togo to Ivory Coast. This guy is a Nigerian, and he's been doing so great for us here. Like economically, you know what I mean? He's been so great. Somebody like that, and politically, he has been very helpful too. And he's a Nigerian. In this place, in this axis, West Africa, I say, yeah, what is his name? Here we call him Esho Jinodu. No. Yeah, Esho Jinodu. But you can also call him Buruji Kashamu. You see, Buruji is about money. Buruji, Owo. Kashamu, Owo. So these two are not given names, oh. They are not something like, anyway, I don't want to make the Kashamu family feels like, no, Maiyegun, don't go there. Just talk about our papa and waiting our papa do. Don't go there. Don't go to our family name. Okay, I won't. Let's leave that anyway. Or you shall get in Yoruba, Buruji, your money is Kashamu, mami, yeah. Buruji Kashamu was, because it's late now, was a big time, heavy mover, trafficker. And for safety and security, when America declared him wanted, he didn't go to Nigeria. He went straight to those French-speaking West African countries. And he offered the government there. They are poor countries. Let's remember that. He offered their government there proceed from his trade to reinvest them in their economy and keep it running. And as politicians, they just play along. And for years, they gave him that immunity. He was living like a president across those countries for years when America declared him wanted. He didn't go to Nigeria. In Nigeria, nobody hear about him like nothing. Until Obasanjo visited that place. So Obasanjo now met with him. You see? Your leaders, if you see your governors know kidnappers, they know assassins, they know blackmailers, they know judges, they know all these people that can do all dirty jobs for them. If you see murderers in your states, your governors know them. The most deadliest cultists in your states, your governors know them. The most deadliest assassin in your state that you don't know, your governors know, your politicians know them. Because they are the men of the underworld. Your president knows the worst and the worst terrorist leader in Nigeria today. If he wants to sit with him this evening, if Bokwari wants to sit with the leaders of all the terrorists in Nigeria, they will bring all of them to him. He will sit with them. They will meet and they will leave. That is why they said governments prefer to own the monopoly of violence. When governments can no longer control the monopoly of violence, that's when they declare war on that group, any group. So if you want to be a criminal in any country, if you see any crime, whether they are drug dealers or drug movers or human traffickers or organ traffickers, so your government know them. It's shocking, Abi? No, it's not shocking. It may be shocking to you, but they will say that's how the world works. Obasanjo met with Kashamu. That's how Kashamu became an Abroadian returning to Nigeria with single mission. Obasanjo said, if you can do all of this in this axis, we need you in Nigeria. Obasanjo knows him. He knows he's a drug kingpin. He knows. So what Obasanjo did was just to collect all his data from the reliable sources, and he invited Buruji to Nigeria to come and do a dirty job for him in Nigeria, politically. Let's cut the long story short. Buruji Kashamu, the moment Obasanjo lost power, Buruji Kashamu, being a good, when you're a drug baron, it's all about deals. You don't talk too much. It's about deals. If they take your deal, that's it. Trust. If they don't take your deal, you pick race, you run away. There's no point in grandstanding. You are a criminal. The people know you. If you offer them, the moment Obasanjo left, he switched straight to Jonathan. When Obasanjo started tackling Jonathan, It didn't take time. Buriji received another immunity from Jonathan. Well, let's say again, let's shall cut the long story short. That's why it is. So Kolu, that is dealing with a generation that they seems not to have been kind of prepared for. Suddenly, they discovered that not only that Kolu has a diplomatic passport from another country. Even in Guinea-Conakry right now, it is now a talk of their town too. In fact, in their country, what they are saying now is that because of this evidence, in their country, in Guinea-Conakry, they said because of this evidence that Nigeria president-elect is also a Guinean, which means, and they said their law in Nigeria will not allow anybody with dual citizenship to be their president. That with this, in French, les papiers, les passeportés, like passeporté, Bola Tinubu, and investiture, les passeportés, problème, investiture. Passport is going to cause a problem for his inauguration in their country right now. So where did it all start? When we are still battling with the passport or no passport, and so we realize that Kolu is actually a friend with one of the world-known drug lord. You see that man in the middle, David Undeyi, that released the image of Kolu passports. Yeah, David Undeyi's Twitter handle has been, sorry, that's not the picture I wanted to use. Sorry guys, 1 second. That's MC there. MC, that's Mecca. MC is in Mecca from the picture we saw online. But some people, you see this generation, right? When they saw MC at Kaba, they said, maybe some people said, Olam, we go carry amo. If it is in a ballot box, so if it is in a ballot box, so well, the joke is on him anyway. Well, I think people here, that people who knew him, who have seen him online, decided to grab him. Are you with me? Everybody they try to touch the Kaaba. Alaye won't grab him like a ballot box. You see this man on the left here is also bragging. He's a Malian. He's from Mali. While we were still battling with the identity of Tinubu, whether he's a Guinean or if he's a Nigerian or more, then the video of Tinubu in Guinea-Conakry surfaced. Now, for the record, guys, you know why you shouldn't be afraid of all these guys, okay? Don't let anybody threaten you, all right? Safety first, though, okay? Despite all the freedom we have on social media, the freedom to say whatever we like, that same freedom, right, is also governed by law. Defamation is a crime. Like if you are saying something that is not true about somebody, like you are lying about them repeatedly, and you think you are actually making, because for likes and for retweets, as they talk for share and all of that, there are consequences for that. It's civil case, okay? If you say something that is not true about anybody, you can get sued. Now, this doesn't even mean like, I'm not living in Nigeria, or I'm not living in Africa. You can get sued anywhere. I can get sued. I know that. And that is why, porn apart, if I want to joke, if I want to laugh, if I want to say things and all that are just about to, if I want to abuse them, of course I can do that. But if I want to say something like making a wrong allegation that is not backed with evidence, that is a crime. And that is why Maiyegun, I won't help you fly propaganda, okay? And that is why it is safer here in Nigeria. If somebody says you say something about them on social media, okay, they will use their secret police to track you, arrest you, kidnap you. No court, no nothing, and they will start torturing you. They might even force you to make a confessional video and say you are sorry, you apologize, you will never do that again. All of this, is their illegal way of fighting what they call illegality. Or anyway, I'm not in Nigeria. You can sue me anywhere, all right? Like anywhere. You can serve me, or you know what I mean. But when it is facts, it is for educational purposes. So if you attack Maiyegun, You are just doing that. It's called masturbating in public. And some of you have no shame. So you are free to do that. You are free to point fingers and say, this one is enemy, that one is enemy. It's because you are enemy. No, you're free. It's called masturbating in public. Or juvenile fulmination. I got that. Finally, I've wanted to use that in a long time. You know, Chimamanda Adichie, when they ask her about all these people that have been like ranting and they have been condemning her for the letter he wrote to Joe Biden, right? So they said, what will be our response? And Chimamanda said, you know what? I don't want to waste my time responding to juvenile fulmination from non-juvenile people. I got it. So I've always wanted to use that, fulmination. That is, you see that juvenile. The juvenile is like a toddlers, pekin, children, tantan, you know, all these, let's say they call them, tantalo. So Chimamanda puts the likes of Frosto Sotobokeyamo, Dele Alakori, and the rest of them. He said, no, she said, I can't be responding to the juvenile fulmination from non-juvenile people. People are like, they are not children, no, but the way they talk like Pekin and the rest. Here you guys. So you don't arrest people because this is something you don't like. Now here is the story. As we were still battling to figure out whether Tinubu is a Guinean or if he is a Nigerian. They say he's a Nigerian, but you know, but what about this drug thing? What is this thing? Tinubu and drug, Tinubu and anything criminal. What are the criminals doing around him? So they said this guy is bragging in Mali. He's a Malian, okay? But here, the moment, this is where they got all the information from. Oh. Gaga.
Appelle-moi, chose, DTO. Appelle-moi Souma. Souma. Eh, tiens, donne-lui ça. Donne-lui ça, tu dis de le mettre à Mara.
Avion est filmé. C'est vrai. Est-ce qu'on donne la photo là? Ah, on a l'offre pratique.
Oh, qu'ils ne vont pas aux mêmes endroits. Il y a un hélicoptère. Le deuxième est parti aussi. Le deuxième est parti. Hein? On peut mettre.
This is for you. I will carry this for you. Thank you. You want to also follow him like this again? No.
Did you see how they quickly covered the camera? When something greeny on the floor was, did you see the other side where they are handing a sort of a suitcase to somebody who dressed like a police? Yeah, I will try and show you the video again, even though this is so broadcast. They may ask me to pull it down overnight. By tomorrow, YouTube may come back and say, now your video is very offensive. We want you to delete it, or we give you a strike so that you won't be able to, you won't be able to use your YouTube for the next 1 week. Because right now, this kind of information don't come out except somebody who is with them. But let me give you a few info. Even if they go shut us down, we need this tonight. Una no go forget, Abi. I will download the video even if they have to have me to take it down. So the first thing, right? This is the chopper. This chopper belongs to the president, or should I say the presidency of Guinea-Conakry. And that is the country's logo, or should I say their own presidency's emblem on that chopper. You see, this chopper has crashed, according to latest information we had. They said this chopper, in fact, the presidency from that 2008, when the military took over in the Guinea-Conakry, that the presidencies there have been accused of drug trafficking. In fact, they are using the office, using the helicopters and every other, automobiles, whatever that is in the control of the government. They are giving them to questionable characters, drug dealers, which actually gave the country that tag of a narco state. So they said this particular chopper came under probe when another government came in, came under probe that they have to go and crash it. But before they crash it, this is the image of it. But for this particular trip that you saw the video, right? On the side, they said, what was that? Could that be money? In one of the accusations that they accused Condé, remember that their president, Alpha Condé, was overthrown at a point, and he was accused of rigging election and giving the military and those he used for the election, he gave them fake money, fake dollars. Now, Tinubu and his crew, according to report, they were in this Guinea-Conakry in 2019. And they were there as well in 2022. Now, Alpha Condé was in Nigeria in 2019. He was also in Nigeria in 2020, pleading with Bukwari to let Tinubu be the next candidate of APC. All of these are on record. But you see that video you watch, on the side, they were giving something that looked like money. Remember, Tinubu is inside this chopper, was in this chopper. Now, inside the chopper, when it got to a stage that something on the floor was about to be captured, they turned the camera and they covered it henceforth, right? Now, inside the chopper itself, this is the clearer image of Tinubu, Diarra, Usman Diarra, and Sanwoolu, the governor of Lagos State. Sanwoolu, we don't know if he was governor here or he was about to be governor. Tinubu can be considered as a private citizen. But could he, after receiving the security clearance of the government of Guinea-Conakry, then became a friend to a drug dealer, even though, like Buruji Kashamu, in the areas where he was arrested, Osman Diarra, Osman Diarra, and his other people, they have not been convicted, but they are very, very well known as top cocaine drug traffickers across West Africa. What is he doing with Tinubu? I don't know if it's making any sense to you yet. Now, let's read this out. The story of the arrest. On October 29, 2009, the Bamako Customs. Now, in fact, I should let you read the first part here. They were accused of drug running. Osman Diarra. So the charges against them, they have to drop the charges because the custom in Mali, they lost the cocaine, the evidence. So here is the fact. On October 29, 2009, the Bamako Custom Mobile Intervention Brigade was informed of blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And so following their arrest, let me take this off. Yusuf and Ishmael were apprehended in the airport parking lot while they were in the Toyota Hilux 4x4 registered blah. Following the arrest, Yusuf Fofana and Ishmael Barry cited Haruna Magasi, Fofana, Karonga police officers, Paul Somaro and Madibo Traore. Among the people cited, there were also Mariam Kamara and Osman Diarra alias Osman Yara. against whom the various searches have remained fruitless. So when they got them, during investigation, suddenly the evidence got lost. So because there's no evidence anymore, the case died. Now, that man is a friend with the president-elect of Nigeria today. And according to people, they said, he is personally bragging right now in Mali that he made Tinubu president of Nigeria. Meanwhile, also, in that same Nigeria, I think there was a time, where is that again, that their media also reported, it's actually a known media in Nigeria, okay, Premium Times. You see this lady, they said she is Sanwoolu's aide, and she's as a cocaine trafficker, and she's been protected to date. Are you with me? She is working for Lagos State governor right now. And she is a cocaine trafficker accused, like in Nigeria media. Are you with me? But she is protected. Right? So, all of these are coming back to what somebody who seemed to know them had to say. People said it's coming back. Everything is coming back now, okay? Well, look at this. Ambody.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know. Are we not? Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, you know, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this, I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away down.
So that is one of your big men that will be sleeping inside the asshole rock. For any reason, if this guy, because now he is going to be like a big godfather now. You know, Mali is a small country next to Nigeria. Guinea-Conakry of 12, I think they're about 12.5 million people, right? It's also a small country. So now, if the godfather, the overall godfather is now the president of Nigeria, then Nigeria will just be the giant of Africa, where the godfathers of all crimes habitate, where they live. I don't think you actually know what that means for you as a people, but as we speak right now, it is now bringing up more and more concerns. Now, listen to me. Listen to this. It's good to know. That is why when I started this broadcast, I kind of make you realize that none of this will actually really mean anything in Nigeria, because that's what Nigeria is. Now, Tinubu is just coming on to kind of validate what many Nigerians love to deny. Sure, you get, Nigeria is not that bad. It's not. You see, there are good people here. It's only bad this and that we have. Okay? So, yeah, whether they like it or not, it's going to be sworn in. Good for you. But it's always good to know what you're actually getting yourselves involved in. Human trafficking, organ trafficking, daylight robbery, and the rest of that. Drugs, criminality, drug trafficking, and the rest of that. You just have to wear the toga. This is not campaign after election. This is just like you, making you realize that this is what Mumudu and Bokwari APC have brought upon you. And you may not really kind of have assimilated it yet. Of course, don't worry. Take your time. You have all the time in the world. You are about to witness what the Mexicans have been, what they ran away from. That the drug dealers, they can be accommodated, they can be given power at a small scale and all of that. When you hand over your country to criminals, these certified ones, is going to be gone to the dogs. So what people want to know is this. It's old video, okay? It's not new. It's just to let you know that whatever you see out there, that's another part. Do you know that for anybody to be around that kind of area where presidential helicopter, presidential guards, and possibly presidential pilots, flying flying a chopper that is of the president of a country, means that it's not a place like Oshodi or any roadside stop and search. It's not somewhere that somebody randomly will just say, oh, I have a video. I saw somebody in that shop. Let me go and record. You know that. It simply means that somebody within Tinubu's camp is giving us all of this so that we can have an idea what we are up to. Or they are trying to warn all of you in Nigeria that, of course, so they might have forced him on you, but if he gets inaugurated as your president, this is what you are up against. So, because I didn't pay for that video, and I don't think anybody paid for that video. There is no media house. That's one thing about social media. You know what I mean? When you have information like videos, evidence, and all that, documents, you can make money from them by contacting a big media house and just give it to them. But because Nigeria media love to report junks, praising criminals who pay their bills. So most of those evidences, they don't make it to the print. They don't make it to their audiences. So social media became free for all. Yamutere. And that's how we got it. And from that video, these young people, they did their research. They did their facial, they did something called facial search. Who be this person sitting next to Kolu? Who be this guy? Within 6 hours or more, they have produced information about this person. They have discovered everything that needed to be known about him. Yeah? His house address, his court cases, his political connections, and they realized that everybody linked to him, they are drug countries across Africa. So what is he doing? What is Sanwoolu doing there? Is Tinubu I here? So questions, so within hours, all of this came back. Now more questions. So you should know that now people way close to Tinubu, they give us all these things. Before you go mad, before you begin to look for who to, no. People close to him, when they wanted to show us that he peed himself, now people were close to him, took the picture and uploaded it for us. When he started stammering here and there, when he's talking incoherently, and then showing all signs of a dementia, most of us in his inner room, most of us are getting this information from people who are closer to him. But now you go they hold. Some people, they send us messages, say, see what you see what you're up against, you go see Shege. But a lot of you are looking for somebody else to touch and blame. I believe that somebody even, let me show that video again. I'm going to come back to this explanation, okay? Reviewing it. Sanwoolu was recording a video too, or taking a selfie. But you should know that not be somebody random recorded this video, where Tinubu, that is a convicted drug trafficker in America, who forfeited $460,000 to avoid jail. And now the president-elect in Nigeria, after rigging, what is he doing with Africa, one of the Africans' topmost drug traffickers, and the governor of Lagos State? Take a look.
Appelle-moi, chose, DTO. Appelle-moi Souma. Souma! Tiens, donne-lui ça. Donne-lui ça, tu dis de le mettre à Mara.
Avion est filmé.
Parce que la photo là. Ah, on a l'offre pratique.
Oh, qu'ils ne vont pas aux mêmes endroits.
Allez, il y a un
Notre hélicoptère, le deuxième est parti aussi. Le deuxième est parti. Hein?
That's the young people that you think you can intimidate by just writing some long nonsense on social media or by arresting them, targeting them. See, now those ones you think you can, some of you are not ready for what is about to hit you. That's what I'm saying. And I remember telling everybody that, you know what I mean? The establishment will do what they can to stop, to stop anything changing from the status quo. But the mistake they're going to make is that they're going to take a look. So they're going to see it as just like the same old. But they will be wrong, because they'll be wrong. They will be actually like they are dealing with the wrong generation, a different one, and that seems to have play out. I said they won't declare Peter Obi, and they will do everything, including court. I've told you that too, Abi, including court to stop you, but. Because they have no idea how many you are, okay? And they are not willing to tell themselves the truth that the game is up. Now they're going to do it more and more. A lot of you are registering to vote. What I was saying is that I was seeing the ingredient of a bigger, never seen before revolution. And it's already brewing. It's already boiling. So instead of them to actually stop digging APC, they continue to threaten you. They continue to intimidate you. They continue to tell you that your days are numbered, because they still feel like the violence that is left is what will crush you. And they didn't know that the violence that is left, that they are unleashing on you, seems to actually be the fire that is burning in your heart. And they are still misunderstanding this. Some of you who are younger people, who are following Kolu, defending them up and down because it's Yoruba. All of you Lagos Abobakus pretending to be Yorubas. Oshogbo Alimajiris pretending to be Yorubas. Crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all risers pretending to be Yorubas. It has come to pass that more Yorubas don't even want Tinubu. You guys are in the minority. But you are about to find out, because you know something? You are in the minority. The people you feel like using force and then violence to suppress, you are about to find out that they are more than you. And that is actually the keg of the gunpowder we've been talking about. Sorry, guys. I will get back our mandate. We are going to return our certificate of return. They won't return it to you. Okay? We are going to get back our this. No, they won't give it to you. No. They're going to rig you even further. They're going to get you upset even more. And they're going to unleash more violence to get you even more upset, because they want to find out. Honestly, they want to find out what you guys are actually made of. What will be your pushing point, like your limit? When are you going to feel like, no again? Nothing where we go talk, we go here anymore. When are you going to be like that? They have been pushing it. They have been encouraging you to go on the streets. You have been so kind of maintaining it because you are waiting for them to finalize the fumbling, Abi. After all the evidence that all of you have turned, like you've turned to researchers, all the background checks that Nigeria didn't do, Nigerian security agents didn't do, INEC didn't do or failed to do about Tinubu, all of you have done them, including all of the section of the law that Tinubu have sort of broken, Abi. In all the section of Nigeria fraudulent 1999 constitution that Tinubu is going to use technicality to escape from, all of you have gone into all of them. You see no way Tinubu is going to escape. That even if they swear him in, right, it will be one of the shortest lived presidents in Nigeria, because it will be kicked out, Abi, because you have all the evidence. They don't believe you. You know why? Because they believe that whatever you have, this is Nigeria. Technically, they go throw them out. They are hoping on that. And I am also hoping they do that to you, so that they can find out whether you are actually social media noisemakers. You showed them during their election, no? Despite all the intimidation and all of that, you did actually prove a point. You showed that you were underrated. Those who underrated you, they paid the supreme prices. Those who were fighting, they had to kill people in order for them to remain where they are right now. You showed them. But that is actually not what they wanted to see enough. Okay? So when they finally rig you in their courts, they want to find out, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We'll conquer you and all of that, eh? So they will find out. That's why I said I didn't see any president. I didn't see any government. I didn't see any peace anywhere because APC, Egbekegbe, didn't sign up for one. So the election came, you see, they didn't go anywhere. You are ready, but they didn't know, or they probably don't know still. They are undermining you. They are talking to you condescendingly. They are trying to tag you, profile you. Everything seems to be like working against them, but for you. So which means every day your angers keep growing. Abi? Things, why the reason why you actually, you know what I mean? They are growing. Mine is to help you manage it, okay? So that you can understand that your anger very well. A lot of us are angry too. At that point, when you realize that the establishment has made it impossible to fix Nigeria, and Nigeria is irredeemable, Nigeria is unfixable, Nigeria is, you know what I mean? In fact, when the drug dealers, for now, terrorists took over Nigeria, those ones are going to continue when Kolu gets there, okay? Then the drug dealers and other criminals, all those loan sharks that are taking advantage of the poor people, like, I don't know how to explain it to you. So all of these are going to be the reason why you're probably going to want to put everything into it until they probably will shock you. I hope you'll be able to prevent them all, because even me said they pray say you prevent them. The last time I saw that face of that rogue, I was like, I haven't seen Kolu, but I have seen a shitty man. We saw him just same way we had MC Olueron, somebody where they steal ballot box, somebody where they shoot innocent people, sending people to attack innocent people because they are Igbos and all of that. And then they go to Mecca. When he got to Mecca, he grabbed the Kaaba. And I was like, Allah is Allah man nisuru. Allah is very patient. Just like you would say it, God is patient, Sha. Allah is merciful. Most patient, the most merciful. MC Olueron grabbed Kaaba. Surely try Yelala Igbokoko. That's what came to my mind when I saw that image. Sure, you get. Like, I know a lot of people who probably called on God during this electoral charade. They are called on God. God, if you are not the one I am serving, I want you to show the people who did this to us. Almost they killed people. They blinded the man. An old man in Shomolu, they slapped the man. His eyes almost come out. Red, bloodshot. He lost the eye. Victory came to the election. The person that now ordered it is now grabbing Kaaba. I said, Ewa, I am a Yoruba man. If you report MC Olueron to Ayelala, surely try Ayelala. Can he try this with Ayelala? Igbokoko. Can he try that with Ayelala? Can he even get closer to Ayelala and go and hug Ayelala like that? They have a reason why they just say God is merciful. You know what I mean? They say, he no want the death of Elisha, but to repent. What shall we do today?
What shall we do today? Today, I will lift up my voice in praise. Oh, yeah, what I know, you are always there for me. Yeah. Almighty God, you are my only Lord. Forever when they say,
they say, we That's exactly how I felt when I was like, Lord, man, Nisuru, God is so patient, right? A shitty boy, we saw shitty boy in Mecca. Shitty boy, they stone Satan. Even Satan self. Satan self, gentle. He might actually be the Satan in Mecca. Shaitani in Mecca has been humbled, Abi. It's kind of environment will humble you. Here you get, like you are just everybody, everything is just fine. People are going about their normal prayers, they are doing their normal good, and their government is doing what they could for them. There's nothing much. So nobody can go about and say, Aisha, why did you do that? He said, I was to be like, Mina Shaitani Rajim. Mina Shaitani ni o, Shaitani ati Rajim ni o. And I sit down here, Najim and Shaitan walking. Najim stay at the door. I'm sorry, Shaitan stay by the door, watching the door. Najim came inside. That's how I committed Aramo. Shaitan. You won't see that in Mecca. You won't see that in Saudi Arabia, where people will be blaming Satan. Na devil. Na devil. See, Baba, why you come up us for person pockets now? Which meeting be all of this? My brother, na devil. Baba, come. They gave you appointment. They gave you official car. You still rob the business of tens of millions of naira. Baba, you can't build house, so they can't make you shift for village. We on top people to somebody else's money. You they go jail. Say, my brother, I didn't know what came over me. I did not know what came over me. It is Satan, na devil. So true. When you go to church, when you go to the church, yeah, and then the angel comes in white. Then the devil will come in black, painted, dirty, stinking, looking scary, and all of that. Say, Naim, do am. Devil, tricked you to loot money, to steal, to commit a crime. But the devil in Mecca, listen, that one we get sense. When we say, they don't humble him. He know in place. Are you with me? If not, shitty man, they stone devil. Devil no say, you! Is God not merciful? Is God not merciful? Of course he is. Ask those who are very religious, they'll tell you. If God should put a sign of sin on every one of us, according to the Bible, they say all of us, nobody will escape. For all of our sin. Abi, if not, shitty man, they stone devil for Mecca. Devil no open window or open door and say, I've not been out for more than 1,000 years. But when I saw a colleague where they carry stone, everybody they stone me. You self carry stone, come here, shitty man. Open door, drag him inside. They say, hey, don't carry him. The devil don't kidnap shitty man for Mecca. But God is merciful. Okay? As you know, he would always want to give them another chance. I was told anyway. So now let's go back to politics. This time, I am going to ask you, if you are watching this broadcast for the first time, if this is your first time on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, okay? Let me explain myself if you want to know who I am, okay? Then after that, I want you to probably take a moment, leave the comment section, especially on YouTube, and subscribe onto my channel. Let's hop the number, if you say. So, Kolu, I will ask him to describe me. But he's going to kind of describe himself. Who is Maiyegun?
I converted the greatest liability threatening the environment and Lagos existence to asset of magnitude value.
That is me. And you are welcome. Yeah, take a moment and then pay your offering. Like this broadcast, share it, subscribe if you enjoyed this so far, and then we will continue. Because I'm going to take you straight back to Adamawa, where Binani, a woman, one woman battalion, where you say history maker and all of that. She has denied trying to scuttle democracy. According to her, she is being framed, and propagandas are being sort of spread around about her because she's a woman. That she didn't give people money, she didn't try to rig, and the rest of that. And by so doing, people should not listen to the propaganda out there. Okay, it's just our enemy at work. And Kolu as well said they must probe what happened in what do you call it, in Adamawa, the charade and the embarrassment. So isn't that funny? But for the man, they declared Fintiri. Oh, excuse me. Fintiri had this to say after the storm. Then I'm going to take it to Obi. Obi don't cause another wahala. Can't go tweet violence for Obidients. Wahala don't start since last night. That will be our next one. But there's something he had to say. Yes, he is a Nigerian and he has no dual citizenship. That's his own way of taking a dig at Kolu. Alone.
Of Adamawa State, today we are at a point where history is made. It is made because of you. It is made because you reaffirm your willingness to support the good works we have started in Adamawa State. It is made because we have reached a consensus that Adamawa State must work. It is made because we have collectively agreed that we desire a better Adamawa State that is lifted from the depths of despair to the great heights of hope. With the belief that, well, each of us will pursue our own individual dreams. We are an Adamawa family, and out of this family, each of us is at liberty to aspire to any height without any human hindrance. Welcome to the Adamawa State of our dreams. Here we decide the fate of our governance by ourselves. Fellow citizens, what we also was a flagrant display of desperation, deliberate impunity and crass opportunism, which is surrounded by a whole web of uncertainty. In the mix of all this, as your leader, I remain calm and appeal for same from you. I call for appreciatively hearken to. Once again, you have brought out our stoic and Spartan spirit as Adamawa people to bear. For this, I can't thank you enough. Thank you and thank you again. Fellow citizens, you did all this for us. You did all this for democracy. You did all this for our dear state. You did all this for the present generation and perhaps the generation yet unborn.
Today, I want to declare without equivocation.
Even Atifku had his own voice too, just for the record, okay? A symphony. Thank you so much for that clip. We borrowed that again. I'm gonna borrow from AIT too, where Atifku also added a voice. Listen to this.
There is so much, left to be desired from the elections we have conducted so far. I have been in politics for 34 years. This is the worst election ever in my political career. Take it from the presidential up to the lowest level. So I think there is a general need for an overhaul of the electoral process, and in fact, not only the laws and the regulations, but also the personnel. There is need for...
So, yeah, talking about elections there, right? Last night, Peter Obi tweeted a lot of words. And some of these words have thrown the Agbadomites off guard, and they have gone mad. And somehow, I kind of like seeing some of you, the Lagos Sabobakus, right? I kind of like seeing you go mad, like run mad, angry, raging, trying to reply somebody online, somebody you can't really see, and you start like, your papa, your father, your mama, you this IPOB, you this and that. I mean, it's kind of fun when you run mad like that, even when you are doing so blindly, because you are so opposed to the truth. Like, naturally, you don't like truth. Okay? Like, you don't. And that is why it's easier for you to project your madness on others and expect them to just be like you. And when they are not, it's disappointing, isn't it? Anyway, I saw reaction so. But in all this world, the one way I find is say, it come like say, constrict the obedient with violence for violence. So he said, if they attack us on the air, on the land, and on the sea, you must stand up and fight. I will stay with you because I'm a Nigerian. That's not how he said it too. I'm just joking. But here is where he said he's a Nigerian. Okay? And he doesn't have dual citizenship. Something Tinubu is expected to say himself, except for the vuvuzelas who have turned the spokesperson, attack dogs, trying to shut people up and trying to shut platforms down from exposing the fraud and the criminal that Tinubu is. This is not Lagos. We are now talking about Nigeria. Of course, people will react.
Nigerian, as far as every issue is concerned, I tell them to remain calm. It is the same enemies that are fighting us that are fighting the party. It is for us. It's not going to be easy. From day one, I said it's not going to be an easy fight. They're trying to remove all those who have lived off this confusion for years. They're not going to go away laughing. They're going to fight back. It will take time. Whatever happens, we must stay the course. Because we want to build a new Nigeria. We want a Nigeria where Nigerians will be proud to say they're Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, committed Nigeria. I don't have any dual nationality. So this is my own country. And I've said it that even if there's war outside this country, if I'm outside, I'll come back because it's my country. So I'm committed to it and I want them to be committed for it. It is those people that are fighting us collectively will win.
Well, Your Excellency, concerning the embattled national chairman, would you say that you recognize him as the chairman, irrespective of what the court has said recently?
I'm not remember what I said, the case is in court. I have to respect that, but it remains my own man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you very much.
That was short, right? The other is just that tweet. I will read some of them to you, but while we do that, do you mind? Do you mind taking a moment? If you're watching me on YouTube right now, where we have over 4,000 of us are watching right now on YouTube live, do you mind if you haven't really liked the broadcast? Just leave the comment section for a moment. And if you can't, you don't have to leave the screen. If you're watching on your TV, like on your big screen, don't worry. Just grab your phone. Yeah, your phone. And then go onto the YouTube on your phone and search for these broadcasts. So just like that. That's your offering, if you don't mind. So I'll use this issue of Labour Party crisis, where they have now sacked Apampa and his people. It keeps getting interesting, Abi. This is the update. Now, Apampa, they sack people. Now they have sacked him for anti-party too. And this is the coverage. It's a long watch, okay? But I think you should listen and watch. Mostly Obidients who are here would love to see what's going on, Abi. Apapa was brought in by the Tinubu gang to come and withdraw Peter Obi's case from court. But they kind of miscalculated, okay? Anyway, it's all playing back. Should I say they are fighting back in their way? And this is one of the segments. Symphony, again, thank you.
Backward never in the struggle for our mandate there is victory. We shall always fight for our rights. Solely, 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 that lives forever. So, solely, that lives forever. So, solely, that lives forever. We shall always victory. There is victory for. But is victory.
We'll come back to that because that's a long watch. Okay, it's about 5 minutes or so. But I actually want to talk about this. That is also triggering people up out there. Okay, in his world. So word for word though. That people, the Obidients started coming up with different memes and say, hey, they don't bond them. You know what I mean? So listen, I'll read them out just for the sake of this chart, okay? That is too big. So I'll put it on the side of this screen so that I will be the biggest on the screen, okay? So you can just watch my mouth or just listen, right? So that's the tweet that is causing a bigger problem as we speak. It has been seen by over 2 million people. And since he tweeted this. So from the tweet, yeah, I encourage Nigerians to remain calm and steadfast in the journey to reclaiming their mandate of a new Nigeria. I will never give up on this journey until victory is achieved. I never expected the journey to a new Nigeria to be easy, to be an easy one rather. The forces who had over the years lived off the old order are bound to fight back as it's been experienced now. If they come at us through land, here, and sea, we will respond to them through land, here, and sea, but we will remain law-abiding, and we will never give up on the nation. We are on the right path, and we will remain committed to the cause. I reiterate my commitment to building a Nigeria that will be beneficial to every Nigerian. The struggle to reclaim this mandate is not about me as a person, but about millions of Nigerians who place their trust in me through their votes. The millions of Nigerians who voted for me did not just cast their votes, but they invested their hopes in me and they deserved justice. So we must stay the course. Beyond regaining our mandate, I am committed to lifting people out of poverty, and I remain committed to transforming Nigeria, starting from the north to every part of the nation. This word, this one don't cause wahala. The northern jihadist fanatics of APC, the Lagos Abobakus, the ass lickers and crumb eaters of Lagos, which is the Yoruba faction of APC, they started saying, oh, he's calling the northern Nigeria poor. Must you always call them poor? Must you always say poor, 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 poor? That's another word of his that is now kind of trending more than the real message, okay? Just so you know. There may be more he said, there may be more mudslinging from those who are against the emergence of the new Nigeria, but I would never be deterred by the obstacles along the way to victory. I have always lived my life in the most law-abiding manner. Sometimes as humans, we make mistakes, but I will never knowingly break any law. I am therefore not afraid of the lies and propaganda against my person. They are part of the journey to a new Nigeria. You see this one? Sometimes as humans, we make mistakes, but I will never knowingly break any law. The Lagos Abobakus, Felfood Kayode, Fraud Stars Otobo, Keyamo, Dele Alakori, as well as every other of their clan, they now said, Peter Obi should come and explain what he meant by, as humans, sometimes, you make mistake. Is it because, what did you do in London that you got arrested in London, detained in London? Is it that you carry drug, you did something? Come and tell us. So these are the ways who have not been able to respond to Kolu's drug connection to Mali, to Guinea-Conakry, and the rest of that. But with that tweet, they believe that maybe he's telling them about the mistake he made in London. Oh, maybe, you know what I mean? Because that's what they do. Now, you will see some of them, morons, okay? They will tell you, Go and see. Even Obi said he is a human. He made mistake. He just said it that they arrested him. Maybe he carried cocaine in London. That's how they do it, okay? So they will repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Before you know it, somebody will be somebody papa. Somebody old enough to be your uncle or papa will they tell you, say, do you know that they arrested Obi in London? Even Obi himself said he is human. He can make mistakes. When you tell them about the druggie, call you. But if that doesn't work on you, they will attack you straight away. Shut up your mouth. Where's your papa? Let go and tell your papa to go and carry drug too now. Who stop your papa from carrying drug? That's what they will say to you. They are shameless, okay? So don't worry. I just feel like, at this point, right, there's some truth that you will realize and then you begin to question your stupidity for so long. Why did you believe all these lies for so long? Why did you get used to another? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, okay? But again, they are pushing that, okay? Even though this same drug, Kolu hasn't become president. Arise News. Remember this story? Almost billions of worth of naira of drugs was discovered. Kolu visited Marwa, and the next day, NDLEA destroyed the entire drug. Arise News actually covered it better. It's a throwback to what you are still going to experience in Nigeria. This time, there will be no capture. They will just do their transit normally. Put them inside plane and fly them out.
You should give the NDLEA thumbs up, because to be able to get to this place, this is a secluded estate in this part of Lagos. You would know that must have taken a lot of work. With the support, we have to acknowledge the support of our foreign counterpart, that's the American Drug Enforcement Administration, USDA. So this was jointly handled between the NDLEA and USDA. So it's a lot of work. What you have here is 1.855 tons, which translates to 1,855 kilograms, which is the highest single seizure. I'm not even sure you've had that anywhere in Africa. And beyond that, in street value, that's over $278 million. And if you convert that to a naira, that will give you over 194 billion naira in street value. This huge seizure is a deadly blow to the drug cartels and a sign that they will all go down. It's a strong message to them that they will all go down if they fail to back out of this illicit trade.
Let's even just say fair enough, right? There are probably people inside the NDLEA who really want to get, who really want to rid Nigeria of illicit drug and drug traffickers. Okay? Let's kind of acknowledge that. But how many are they? And what happened to those who are above them, who actually call the shots? Now, what happened when the president of the country is or should I say, they will say ex-drug lord. But from the experience, right, people have told me, they said, those who are drug dealers, they don't quit. Do you know that? There's no amount of money drug dealers or drug runners have. They don't quit. Have you not seen old men that you have seen as normal people? They have businesses, right? They have houses. They have almost everything you wanted to have. And you think it's because they have these businesses. That's why they make all the money. But one day you just realize that they are arrested. They arrest them for drug trafficking. And you'll be like, why would he be doing drug trafficking? This man is rich now. This man has everything now. Why? Man, this is a setup. I don't believe it. Of course, you won't believe it. Because the people who run it inside Nigeria, they are the same people who also run your government in Nigeria. It's ridiculous, Abi. Of course, now you get to see even known drug dealers. They will run for office in Nigeria. See what APC did to Nigeria in 8 years. See what they did to Nigeria in 8 years. See how they changed Nigeria in 8 years. When they said that Nigerian unemployment was about 13 million people, some people were running mad. How could 13 million people have no job? Which kind of country is this? Today, population of Nigeria is put at over 220 million. 43% to 50% of them are jobless. No job at all. And this happened after APC came in. Boko Haram has kidnapped 270 school children, school girls. How is that even possible? Which kind of country is this? How can this happen in Nigeria? Nigerians, this is... This was 8 years ago or 9 years ago. Today, kidnapping people en masse, school children. Now they are now saying pray for Nigeria. Not be everything you go politicize. Let us pray for Nigeria. Oh, hey, they have kidnapped 200 school children in Yobe. Must you scream? Must you shout everything, Maiyegun? Let us just pray for Nigeria, so that God will return them back. 200 children. God should return them. That's what APC did to Nigeria. See this woman, she stole 1 billion naira. This evil woman, you are evil. God go punish you. You go die. You go die today. Now, this minister under Bokuwari has stolen over 22 billion naira. One of them, Munko, expended over 12 billion naira on logo for aircraft. Nigerians are still waiting for the airline. Nigeria here. Somebody who spent the money. Where is the aircraft? APC, somebody stole 12 billion. How could you go and spend $400,000 designing a simple logo in Bahrain? This Maiyegun is enemy of Nigeria. Must you talk about everything? Do you think it's a smart thing to set up airline? We should just pray for Nigeria. Nigeria just need to be prayed for. Not be everything you go, they complain. Can't you see anything good in Nigeria? Hey, I said it stole 12 billion. Did you have evidence? Do you have evidence? You, Maiyegun, do you have evidence? If DSS call you now, sure you get evidence, Maiyegun. Not be everything you go. That's what APC did to Nigeria. Yes, that's what APC did to Nigeria. Voila, this country is dead. 150 naira to $1. We used to change $1 in Nigeria for just 30 naira to $1. This country is gone. I don't know how we are going to survive it. This Nigeria cannot survive again. 150 naira to $1. Jonathan must go. Before Jonathan finish all of us, they agreed. Today, $1 is 780 naira to $1. Maiyegun, see, we know that APC, they didn't fulfill all promises. But they fulfill some promises now. Yes, $1 is 700. I know. It's some people. Let us pray. Let's pray that God should bring everything down. That's what APC did to Nigeria and Nigerians. Can you believe it? Mommy Aki, this country has gone. I'm going to start packing. I can't live in this country anymore. Kilo day, what happened? I just went to market now. A bag of rice that we used to buy for 5,500 naira. OTJ 1,000. Jonathan has killed us. Inflation everywhere. This guy will finish this country. 8,000 naira bag of rice in this country. Where are you? Today, a bag of rice is 40,000 naira. Inflation is now at over 100%. Maiyegun is not everything. Let's see. Let's just wait for Buhari to go. When Tinubu come, it will change everything. Not be everything we will be complaining. Even you, Maiyegun, what have you done? What have you done to change Nigeria? Olori Ibu, Emile Dibofun. Now me they write your budget. So I should carry my small money where they take manage my life to come and use it to change Nigeria. That's what APC did to Nigeria. We used to be very afraid to beg. You don't want people to see you begging. APC came in 8 years. Begging became official. Nigeria used to manage rigging. They will say, they don't rig them. They don't rig them. I say, who win? Who win the election? They don't rig them. I know them, they don't rig them. The election, they have done the election before the time. If they don't rig them. When APC came, inconclusive election came. Nigerians started learning about inconclusive election. Inconclusive. That's what they did to Nigeria. So imagine what they will do to you in another 8 years of a drug dealer with other drug moguls in Nigeria. Just imagine it. So you can start your prayer now. Okay? Start your prayer to bring Nigeria back, to make Nigeria better. Tinubu to do this and that. You can start your prayer now. Okay? And when the prayer no answer, you know what to do? Just blame the devil. Devil just don't want you. Devil issue. God punish you issue for not letting our leader do the right thing for us. Devil. In the blood of Jesus, you are banned, you are tied, you are more, you are asleep, you are drugged, you are shot. In the name of blood of this and that. You can do that now. You can start now. All right? But I will be here to continue to remind you that you see life and choice. The moment you make any choice, you must have it at the back of your mind that there are consequences for every action. I won't go marry. It's sweet, lovely, fine, beautiful, couple. Husband, fine. Wife, fine. Waiting remain. Let them bring Pekin. But there is more. To say you won't go marry. There are consequences for that. You must be responsible for that. Just as they say, elections have consequences too. Now let's see how they sack that, Papa. In case if you are still here, remember, you can still go and like that broadcast, okay? We are nearly 4,400. We were over 4,400 anyway before. Now, if all of you here just decide to go on that YouTube now and just like the video. If you have done it, don't do it again. Don't go back. If you do it, you are taking it off. Don't just kidding anyway. So go on there and let's go and see how they sack the Papa and others. Like I told you before, it's a long watch. I kind of want to put it in the diary. Let it be here for posterity. Symphony, the credit for this also goes to them, okay? If you want to watch the full content, it's about 40 minutes to an hour. But this part is the beginning, okay? How did they sack a Papa? Let's watch.
Backward never. In the struggle for our mandate, there is victory. We shall always fight for our rights. Solely, solely, solely. Solidarity forever. So, solidarity forever. So. We shall always victory. There is victory for. But is victory for. After the secretary has given vote of thanks, let me take it. That is victory forward. In the struggle for there is victory. Insulato in the free.
No problem.
I hereby present the resolution of the National Executive Council of Labour Party, which was held on the 18th day of April at Hotel Asaba.
And they like all these things. Continue.
The meeting was attended by members of the National Working Committee, State Chairman, State Secretary, Presidential Cabinet, His Excellency Tinubu, Governors-elect, Malian State, His Excellency Alex Oti, National Assembly members-elect, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Nigerian Labour Congress, LLC, and the three trade union Congress teams. The National Executive Council NEC is governance. 2. Labour Party note and condemn the use of security agencies by government officials, particularly by politicians, to harass, intimidate, buying of votes, which likely compromise the outcome of the election. 3. The National Executive Council in session condemned the use of courts and the reintroduction of ballot snatching and writing of results in the collation center as a dangerous threat in our democratic process. 4. Labour Party knows that this threat in our democracy may slide the country into a civilian dictatorship. Next session notes that civilian dictatorship is worse than military dictatorship. 5. Next session noted the silence and the doggedness of our presidential candidate, the resilience and the doggedness of our presidential candidate, and its resolve to legitimately declare its mandate to the court. Therefore, according to calls to the judiciary to do the right thing, irrespective of whose house is gone. Next session, therefore, appeal to the judiciary at all times be on the part of the people by promoting acts that enhance democracy, fundamental freedom, rule of law, and the doctrine of separation of powers. 7. Next session sympathizes with Nigerians who have continued to wallow in leadership infected.
Well, see, some of you are actually like a big case. I've been reading comments, and some of you are just like a special case. Anyway, let's let her be. She's a member of the National Executive Council of Labour Party. They are like the highest ranking above the executives, you know, the chairman and the rest of them like that. So our papa got sacked by the ones who are senior. So maybe like say the people where they plan the whole thing, they forgot that they also have neck, or maybe they haven't gotten to them. So far, so good. They shall say, a papa, anybody will see a papa anywhere. A papa na a papa is an impostor. That's what the whole story is all about. So yeah, some of you should chill. Do you know why people don't come here to come out? You see, a lot of people watch MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Let me tell you this, right? And I receive emails, right? I receive contact from people that will say, hey, Maiyegun, you see, you are doing a wonderful job. I mean, you're doing a wonderful work, and seriously, right? You've got a great platform, and we've got this idea that we want to come and, advertise so that we can tell your audience about what we are doing. They can benefit from it. I say, my audience now, Shoko people, they're not too they're not too like outsider like that. Once they start seeing people coming to MaiyegunsDiary to come and do adverts, they go say they won't mind. At first, now from the comment section, they will be attacking you. You are supposed to be somebody who is kind of doing business with Maiyegun, and my people are supposed to like support you, and you know what I mean. But they don't want anything that is going to interrupt that their 3 hours. You see, that 3 hours is like ritual. So I did. They said, Maiyegun, like, what is your rate? What is your advert rate and all of that? I said, nobody say I know if you do rate too. I said, when I bring people here to come out, they will be asking, Maiyegun, are you broke? Maiyegun, say you need money. Ne? Maiyegun, how much this person is going to pay you? Don't bring him back tomorrow. Don't bring this person back again. Okay? Maiyegun, be very careful. All these people with these businesses. I said, my people are like that. They are just shoko. They just want to discuss politics and how it's related to them and what they can do to manage whatever politicians and the rest of them are throwing at them. They don't want anybody to come and talk about how to make money and all of that. I said, I wouldn't mind, but you'll be disappointed. One of them actually responded and said, well, your fans should support you. I said, that's it. They have a way of supporting Maiyegun so that when they see other people, they will be like, Maiyegun, are you broke? Maiyegun, say you need money. They will be, I know down for 100%, 100%. People will be messaging me. Maiyegun, say, do you need something? Do you need money? See, don't bring all these people here again, Charade. They'll go away. So when people where you want to sell something to, people where you want to advertise to, when you go back and watch the video and you read the comments, they are attacking you, abusing you. Sure, you go come back. I'm so sorry. I know, things have its own advantage and disadvantage, okay? MaiyegunsDiary Politico supporters are kind of religious about me. I mean, I have to confess, they are kind of religious about me. Sure, you get. They have this connection with me, that they kind of care so much about me in a way that I can't describe to you publicly, okay? They are watching. So, so when they don't like you, even if they kind of like what you're doing on the side, they go fire you. Are you with me? And I think I am the only person that the disciple, they will just say, about you, well. So far, so good. I haven't been off track. They've told me that. Maiyegun, you have been very good. You have not been off track. If I go off track, they will tell me. That's how much independent and minded they are. And that's how much I couldn't take adverts from people. I may have 5,000 people watching me on YouTube. I may have 10,000 people watching me live on YouTube. It will never motivate me to get anybody to come and do adverts here because we are both going to regret it. You who is bringing the money will regret. Myself bringing you will kind of feel like I shouldn't have. Anyway, let me take calls. So yeah, I've taken that off. And those who are kind of getting angry because Peter B said something about, what do you call it? Something about poverty and tackling poverty in northern Nigeria, and they are trying to live in denial. Yeah, they are attacking him. It's part of the whole nonsense. Maybe they will see this. Anyway, I am thinking I should take maybe 1 or 2 calls, but you know that one or two calls always kind of lead to 4 or 5 calls, Abby. So what I'm going to do is this, right? I am going to open the line so that any of you who actually want to react to the conversation so far, you are free to. The line is open now. Hello there. Hello, sir. How are you, Baba? I just do. Your voice is far, far away, and I wouldn't know why. Do you mind checking? I don't know. It's like you are talking from the next room, and your phone is in another room. I think it's better now. Who be this? No be Larry be this. Now you? Yeah, my brother. Larry. Baba, I just say na Ramadan lock you up. Oh, say I won't hear from you until after Ramadan. Oh. Yeah. Larry, line bad gone. You need to check it. Or maybe you take it off speaker, or you put it on speaker, or you increase the volume. It's so tiny. Well, I am struggling to hear you.
Hold on.
Yeah. You don't say it's very busy tonight. Lucky that you got in early. The whole line is now like buzzing now. Everywhere is buzzing now. I hope I won't lose you. So fix that, Larry.
Okay, I don't be okay now.
I think it's better. We can manage it. So I'll leave you to it. You have the floor.
Yeah. I tried to connect this other Bluetooth. You don't want to connect.
Maybe the Bluetooth is not working. Mm-hmm.
Don't mind it. Good job, man. Good job to you, my brother.
Thanks, Baba. Larry.
Pressure everywhere. Everywhere is going to do.
Yeah, any pressure.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure to what? Mazo Yoruba. Pressure.
Larry.
Oh God. Ó ti ẹ̀ dá bẹ́ẹ̀ tó mọ̀ pé ìkọ́ni kan rẹ̀ sọ ni pé ọlọ́run yìí àwọn èèyàn tó ní pé kò sọ ọlọ́run wà o for religion ní Nàìjíríà ní zero ọlọ́run wà o for religion ní Nàìjíríà òun ní zero wàláì torí ọlọ́run ló jẹ́
remember Larry, we have a lot of people that would like to know what you are saying ṣé baba má gbàgbé o bá máa mix ẹ̀ fún wọn.
Ó mọ̀ pé sọ pé pressure wà.
Okay now, but you go operate under pressure.
God actually made Tinubu expose himself by vying for the presidency at this point. But everything about that man is very dark and shady. Sanwoolu himself, I was wondering why he was forced to negotiate. So Sanwoolu is an accomplice. That means this guy was not lying to us when he actually told us back then that, hey, he's got record everywhere. So Sanwoolu is actually an accomplice. That's the reason why you see anywhere this man goes to, he has to take that his house called Sanwoolu. He has to. Against that, I don't know, maybe Sanwoolu is back. How can
maybe he's also a bad man for him.
In fact, I don't even know, but I'll give a big, I won't say big thanks to David Obidients. A very big one to him for not relentlessly bringing out the truth about this. I don't even know what to qualify this man with. I mean, I don't even know. But, like I said, I'll tell David Obidients a big thing. I'm telling him the big things right now.
You know what somebody said that David, in their reactions in one of the comments I've read online, they said, David, I am going to tell my son that you are Martin Luther King. I don't care what anybody says. When I give birth to a son, your picture, I will show my son and say, see this person. His name is David Hundeyin, the Nigerian Martin Luther King. I'll tell my son. I was like, really? Because, I mean, this expose, Baba, a lot of people are kind of like that. And they're like, what's going to come out next? What's going to come out tomorrow? They still have like a month. How many things are going to still come out before then as well?
Honestly, I'm telling you, my brother, the Guinean passport was a huge blow. In fact, so much about play, so I need to you can ban as well can so I play
Larry, because of our time and a lot of people on, might take another one, Baba. Thank you so much. It's good to hear from you again.
Nothing to you, my brother.
It's sure for you, Baba. Thank you so much. Here, I have another caller. We'll have to do it like a okay? So I have another person, and I think this is Osita. One name. I got you. Because you still kept your profile picture. Please don't change it. Don't change them soon.
I can never change it. The two phones, they have the same thing, almost
beautiful.
The same thing.
How are you tonight, Baba?
I'm good. And how you doing?
I'm very well. I've delivered what I had there in this end all day. Now I can go to sleep.
Trust me, yesterday I couldn't break in. I felt really bad. I felt really bad. Because this past few days has been so interesting, and you rightly predicted it that this coming days we will continue to see new things.
There's so much to see. Yes.
Yeah. So, like the subject of today, You were saying that David Huday is Martin Luther King, but
no, somebody was saying that, like, people react.
No. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, go.
I'm just saying that. But believe me, he's more than Martin Luther King. This is actually the King David that we had in the Old Testament of the Bible.
Man,
where
they give the entire APC structure sleepless
this
nights.
Is a man. Yeah, this is a man that God has sent on a mission. And I know God will always say that this is a man after my heart.
A lot of us have a role to play. Everybody for his own role, assent, agree.
Yeah, like Larry just said. The 2023 election is an expose on what has been happening in the Nigerian politics. This thing is not all about Tinubu. It's not about that criminal, but it's all about a criminal gang that has been going on in Nigeria for a long period. All these things that you're saying right now, we started during the time of Delegiwa. Even before the time of Delegiwa, when Delegiwa wrote some certain things about it. If you remember vividly, my hero, my adopted father, Chief Gani Fawemi, I adopt him as my father, believe me. He said something concerning Tinubu in the 70s, in the late 70s, when he asked that between 77 and 79, where were you? That's where were you? Tinubu served a jail sentence, which has not been, I am saying it so that David can go and dig in and get that archive too. He said he is somewhere serving a jail sentence. So it is not all about this 1990s. This is something he has been into for a very long time. And it's not only applicable to him, it is a ring, and that ring,
like a ring
is still the same people. Yes, it is that same ring that has brought us to where we are right now, that same ring. Because what did they do? They connived with the bigots in the north. When you dig it very well, you will still find the Easterners too that is among them.
That is part of them, yes. That are working with them.
That is part of them. It is about their interest. Because there was a time they would tell you that, Oju Zakalu owns Lock Airline. That is a Gambian airline. That particular Gambia too is like this same Guinea-Conakry that you are talking about.
You know, Osita, just because I'm sorry that I'm taking part of your time, okay, but it's so important that you mentioned Gambia. You remember when Yaya Jammeh had to leave Gambia? Remember before Yaya Jammeh left Gambia, Gambia was also kind of appointed as a drug transit hub as well.
Exactly.
Do you know that we have also heard that it was actually Tinubu who volunteered one of his private jets that lifted Yaya Jammeh out of Gambia as part of the settlement. And guess where they took him? Guinea-Conakry. The place that doesn't have any extraditing or whatever you order with any part of the world that will be looking for him deliberately. But you just mentioned that Gambia, there's so much to dug out. But go on,
So you will find out that they themselves too, they have this thing. So this thing is a ring. So it is an expose on the leadership of the country that we have. You remember the other expose that was done on NASCO dispute, whatever.
Yes, conflicts for jihad.
Yeah. So it is the 2023 election is actually a climax. They got to that climax, it clashed. And now, God is using some certain people to open up our eyes to know the people that we are dealing with. Look at the governor of Lagos State. Look at the governor of Lagos State. We are still talking about that one. If we go and look now, but Jabia Miller now, you will see something about him too.
As well.
This thing, yes, because they have their records. Their records don't.
I know about that one too, but I'm still waiting for the expose to complete before everything comes public.
To complete.
Shit, man.
So at the end of the day, you'll find out that what we are dealing with, we are dealing against a cartel, and ask anybody, organized criminals. The jihadists are always in bed. That is the reason they talk about Afghanistan. Afghanistan is not all about. It's not all about jihadists alone. That particular place, Afghanistan, is a drug
opium center. Afghanistan, Iran, and then Iraq.
So at the end of the day, that is what you are seeing that is happening in Nigeria as well. That the drug cartels and the jihadists are in bed with each other. So if you look at it very well, look at, let me digress a little bit. Look at Fashola. Somebody that said he's an SAN, senior advocate of nonsense. He cannot even make a constructive statement about questions. Even if you want to divert the question, you would divert it intelligently. But he could not. I'm not a lawyer. If you ask me that question and I want to support that evil, believe me, I would divert it intelligently. But you look at all these people. If you remove them from politics, my brother, you will find out that they cannot even make a single dime. The one that is lawyer will not see a client. The one that is a doctor will not see a client. So this is just what
let me take another one. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother.
A quick correction now. Talking about Yahya Jammeh. So they said that Yahya Jammeh is living in exile in Guinea. What is that again? Somebody said that it is Equatorial Guinea, not a Guinea-Conakry.
I think it's Equatorial
What's
Guinea,
the difference?
Yeah, it's Malabo. One is Equatorial Guinea. The capital is Malabo.
Malabo, yeah. And that's where I think Yahya Jammeh
that one
is
too.
living.
That one too. In Africa is the #1 drug hub in Africa.
And I think that's where I mix them up. And I believe that what's the difference? Osita,
but
take another one.
They are all connected.
They are
all connected. Thank you very much.
You have a good one. Thank you so much. I will take another. Yeah, that's our third one. I said 1 or 2 calls, but I think it's going to get up to 3 and 4 or 4 or 5. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Who is calling? Is Charade in London.
Oh, Jaid, Baba. So, Jaid, Jude. So, how are you tonight, sir?
Yeah, I'm very well, Mike. I just wanted to ask you what Osita was saying. You see, this thing has just caused me to start doing my own private investigation. Have we forgotten Babangida and his wife? And some drug and some military officers? You remember that woman, Okon, that suddenly disappeared? She wanted to spill everything. She just suddenly disappeared until today. We don't know where she is. So this thing, I think there's a big cartel. There's a big dirty, and these are people that are ruling us, making laws for us, telling us we should do this. So I begin to wonder, what is the criteria of being a SAN? Because these people, they don't have, like Osita said, they don't have no intelligence. There is no intelligence. They're not, you know, when you speak to someone that's gone to school, that is schooled, you know, that's gone to law school and has been practicing law for a couple of years, you expect some certain standards. Yeah, Gloria O'Connor, just thought. Yeah, Gloria O'Connor.
You know, not like talking like illiterates.
Exactly. And when you catch them out, they start acting stupid.
And it's deliberate.
It's deliberate. They're not stupid, but they start acting stupid. So the thing is, I think we're on the principle of some bigger revelations, and this is what is going to
happen. I kind of feel it too.
You see, that is why you see. You remember that was why Delegiwa was taken out, because he alleged he wanted to blow everything and all that, and then boom, before we knew it, parcel bomb.
He received a letter bomb. You are right. They said he was doing some.
Yes,
investigation of Babangida.
I was young,
and so many other people.
Yeah, I was young then because my dad is connected to some of these people and all that. I was young. I remember he comes to our house. I know him. You know, I would say I know him and all that. You know, so the day he died, I mean, about even till now when we don't. My dad is gone now. Anyway, he's old. My dad is passed on. But it tells you that how dirty these people are. They're all dirty people. They're all wicked and dirty people. RBB, I'm saying it on camera and all that. He's one of the most wicked guys. Because he killed somebody that I consider as a mentor, as a friend. Remember that that plane that crashed with many promising army officers. He knew about it.
Oh my God! The story of this is a brilliant one of. I mean, they said these are the brilliant of their set, the brilliant soldiers in Nigeria, and they put all of them in a crash.
You know, funny enough, there is one officer, Major Kure, that was on that plane. He was like because I wanted to be an Air Force pilot and all that. I used to go over to see him. Funny enough, he looks like Babangida. He looked a very intelligent guy, very, very intelligent. He murdered those people. So this is the sort of people that we've been dealing with in Nigeria. Yes. This is the kind of people that we've been dealing with in Nigeria. But I think God wants to expose all of them now.
Well, let me not take much. We should thank social media where the information are out there, and what they are doing is to spread fear. Oh, don't touch it. Oh, watch your mouth. Oh, that's thing you want to write. If they, you know what I mean? But he just can't grab everybody. He's social. See, this whole thing, like they meant to drop it. He's traveled far, right? Some of us have more followers than major media houses in Nigeria. Some of us individually like this. Now, when we release information, it's to millions of people that even their media have no access to. Now, how many people they won't back?
Maiyegun, if you know the number of people that is watching your program at the minute from Nigeria, the high-placed people that are watching, the dirty one, they are pissing their pants because they can't control you. They can't control what is happening in the UK.
That's why they like you to come for my show after this program because I have seen. See, I mean, they shut David down until David had to delete that passport photograph, the diplomatic passport image of Kolu before they could allow him to come back. Then somebody also invited David to a chat last night, right? YouTube asked them to delete that entire video, edit it, and cover some part of whatever they shared before they can put them back on. So I'm waiting for my own turn. So yeah, we are all in for a long ride.
Them go here.
Thank you so much, Jide. So that's Jude calling from London. I have another person on the line here. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
This is Uche from New Jersey.
Uche. Did you say Uche?
Yes. Remember brilliant. I called like 3 weeks ago?
I do. I mean, that's why I have to repeat, to repeat the name. How you doing, Baba?
I'm doing good. How is your family?
We are very well. Thank you. And how is yours?
And how is Madame?
Well, she's getting better, and you can tell from my face. You can see that my face is a bit kind of calmer. The last 1 week is been so rough. I mean, you can tell that too. But yeah. We give God the glory. Good. She's getting better. Thank you so much for asking, by the way. Thank you.
Well, yes, I have 3 points. One major one is about Charade yesterday that they were talking about. Okay. One thing with Charade is he hates the old order. And for that, anybody that mingles with the old order, he doesn't want to deal with it. But sometimes when you want to get something from a madman, you have to behave like a madman.
Well, another trick.
And that is where he doesn't understand. He expects anybody that is against the old order to behave like him. There are some questions that you don't upfront come to ask that will give you up. So somebody like me is a very patient person that would take his time to get done with things that he's doing. So him wanting Obi to come out there and question about everything that comes out, Obi is not going to do that. Okay? Then talking about Fashola.
Right.
Fashola is like the old man that you would live with, that you will leave a goat on a leash in the house and that goat will die. That's how stupid such men are.
Like the men that we have in Yoruba that they said, normally in Yoruba land we will say, do not, the elderly, elderly won't be in a marketplace, right? And they will see a wrongly backed child just walk by without making some correction. Like elderly Yoruba land.
Exactly.
Like you now said, this is like the type of elders that you will give them a goat with a leash and the goat will die. And then, Baba.
No. They will be in the house and you put a goat on a leash.
Right.
And they will be in the house and the goat will die on a leash. That is okay. You understand what I mean?
You now. I get
so
that now.
That is the Igbo adding of it. Or an elderly person that will watch kids roast, they will roast a grasshopper and call it a cricket. And you'll be watching them doing that. That is the kind of old man we have now.
Dishonest old man.
But when you think about it, there are two things. There are two of my friends that I've spoken to about this last election. And they were like, what I had in mind is that since the Second Republic, Nigeria has always been dealing with two major parties. MPN and MPP, SDP and
NRC.
NRC, and then we have PDP and APC now. So when you have only two parties, it's always easy to rig. All you need to do is just put like 2 million to the other person and that person will win. And that caused it. And that was why Tinubu did not understand what Obi was doing. Till the last minute. He did not believe that Obi actually wanted to be the president. That made them want to.
He even offered him money. Like, hey, we like what you are doing. Help us further destroy Atiku's chance, okay? If you need money, take money. Well, he actually surprised everybody. That's a fact.
So that is why they are in a more deeper shit. This weekend, they have never rigged like this before. That the INEC is saying that the River State was actually won by Obi. Yes,
even though it was declared otherwise.
It was the mess. It was the mess of the rig. They've never meant this mess up. And to bring somebody with so much questionable character, well, unless they just want to put us all on the leash and kill us. All of us are all gonna die anyway.
They would have to. They would have to plan that long-time plan, and they will have to get ready where they're going to have to dump all our bodies. Because it's not going to be
because right now, even the judges, even the judges that used to take bribe and then just declare anything, this is staring them on the face. This is right on their face. They are having second thoughts of they will be having second thoughts of their actions. So, Obi that guy has an anointing that is following him.
Right.
He doesn't know what he's doing, but God is using him. He's not a fan. But when somebody tells you, if you find anything on me today,
I will stop campaigning. I heard that. I broadcasted it here. I actually shared it here. He said, if you can bring anything, that I will stop. And they haven't brought anything other than just propaganda.
They haven't brought anything except the stupid propaganda they are supporting, which they even started very late. Why didn't they do it during the election? Because they didn't know what was coming to them.
They didn't know. They were shocked. They were caught unaware. Uche, thank you.
What I'm telling everybody.
I think you have you said you wanted to make 3 points. You've made the first one about Charade and the old order. You've made the second one about Obi and the Obidients and the special anointing of Gary. I think it should be the other
and one. The Fashola one.
Yes.
And the Fashola one. The Fashola one.
Oh yeah, please.
Yes, I completed my 3.
It's a 3. Beautiful, Baba. See, Uche, I hope I'll hear from you again. I'll be lucky next time as well. Thank you so much.
Actually, let me pay my tithes now.
Yeah. Go and drop it before you forget.
Definitely.
I'll see you some other time. I'll talk to you again, okay? Cheers, man. So I have another person here. Your offering is when you like the broadcast, okay? If you have done it already, don't do it another time, or else that's you taking it back. All right? Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
I'm so delighted. I just said, let me try for the last time to try and get in touch with you. My name is Ophelia. I'm calling from Belgium.
Beautiful, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Thank you.
Well, if you look at that video from Guinea, it's like a kind of agreement, you know, like it's like, you know, somebody's giving somebody drugs to sell,
right?
And maybe there's going to be a sabotage somewhere, maybe coming from Tinubu's side or from the on any other side. So they now ask somebody to make a video that if anything happens at the end of the deal, we all go down together. So for their own record, what's the name? Sanwoolu took his own video, and for the record for the other guy,
people,
the Guinean
video too.
They also made their, because you see, because there was no purpose for that video. Except they wanted to see the
awkward as well. The way Tinubu was looking, it feels awkward. Like he's like, man.
Yeah.
Not going to implicate me later. That look. Then he gave a smile. A smile like a, and he quickly stopped it.
Like he forced himself to smile.
About go on, no. I'm gonna go put the video up again for everybody listening to you. But go on with your observations.
Yeah, and then you see the camera zoomed close to Sanwoolu on the left side, and also came straight to the side of Tinubu too, and zoomed to his face, and that was the only purpose for that video, nothing else. And then showed the people with the portfolio on the side.
Yeah,
that if anything goes down,
counting the money, like checking, verifying the money.
Yeah.
Is it even money? Because it looks white. What if it's also something else?
It looks. It can be money. It can be.
As you are talking, then I'll bring the video later. Continue. I'm with you.
Yeah. So if you see, this is really, if you have seen a lot of drug movies, this is what they do, and it's like people, like I believe personally that people who come into APC, they are made to swear an oath, and they probably catch them sleeping with a baby or somebody, a teenager or so, that if you get out of this party and try to let people know what we do in this party, we are going to expose you with this video.
Because Baba, what will be the reason why somebody who recorded this video? Who must be somebody from the team? Why would they release the video now? Because and even the area where they took the video and the people involved, you see, these people are serious drug dealers. If you watch the video over, and like when you showed the video, I was watching it. I was kind of going back. You know what I'm going to do? For the sake of those who are listening to you, right? Let's rewatch that video. I know at the end of the day, they may tell us to delete this entire broadcast or we lose this channel. But for the sake of those who are watching and listening to you, okay, including yourself, I'll replay it and then I will listen to your analysis again.
And don't forget the moment they cut the video of the sack on the ground of the aircraft that contains, I think that was actually drugs, the one in the airplane. Something that was covered in a white sack
on the floor.
On the floor.
All right, let's take a look at this. Quick one.
Okay.
Appelle-moi, chose, DTO. Appelle-moi Souma. Souma. Tiens, donne-lui ça. Donne-lui ça, tu dis de le mettre à Mara.
Avion est filmé.
Est-ce qu'on donne la photo là? Ah, on a l'offre pratique.
Oh, qu'ils ne vont pas au même endroit. Allez, il y a un minute. Le deuxième est parti aussi. Le deuxième est parti. Hein? On peut mettre.
Are you there, Baba?
Yeah.
So I
I'm
think
right
the face, that part where he looked was like, fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And if you look at the lips, if you look at the lips of Sanwoolu, the way he was, the lips of Sanwoolu, the way it is whitish, you know.
Yeah.
You look at his lips, like he just had a taste of the whole thing.
Like, but I mean, I say no be waiting person they sell, person they eat now. That you don't get your own supply.
Yeah, but there are the people. There are people. The Godfathers probably don't take it, but they have special people that test for them and that they can trust.
Yeah,
that knows the quality.
Is the real thing.
What about this guy? Is the real thing.
See, Baba, can you look at the screen as well? There's a guy that seems to be carrying something like a white stuff in a bag. Could that be money? I seen that box. Okay, that one looks like money. Or anyway. A lot of people are also analyzing this as well. I mean,
is it a military guy or these are the representative of the guy in the middle?
Yeah.
These guys on ground
see the smile
are the representative.
The smile on his face, more inside the presidential helicopter. I am doing a deal from somebody from Nigeria. This big man. Wow.
That is to actually show how powerful that guy in the middle is. He's not an ordinary person.
He's actually not from Guinea. He's a Malian. He's from Mali.
Yeah, you see. So
anyway, Baba,
this is really, I really thank you for what you're doing, and I'm very, very glad that I'm part of the show today.
Thank you very much as well for dropping by.
More grace to your elbow,
just like our CSI Miami here, giving us insight into what's going on. So even though you are the CSI,
we all are. You too.
Sorry.
We all are. You too. Sometimes I really appreciate how you can host a program for 3 hours and you never get tired. And we that are watching are not bored of you.
You are not bored as well. I mean, they have to do some research on all of us. All of us, sometimes there must be something that is right there, dopamine or something in our brain that continue to tell us that we need to fill something, a space up. It's like a void in our different arts. If my doesn't come on, it's like it's empty. And I'm glad it's worth it. Trust me, sir, it's worth it.
Yeah, and the guy that you said is your role model. He was also the guy that I would also listen to in Lagos. I've forgotten his name now, because Adeboye. Because I understand, I speak and I understand Yoruba. I speak Yoruba fluently, and I love how truthful the guy and how he's able to tell story with jokes.
Yes, sir. Do you not see that Adeboye will be talking about politics, and you that is sitting down? Apart from you that is listening and saying, but on the side, you'll be laughing as well. It will be kind of describing them in a way that you'll be laughing, but he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Have you not noticed
but he'll be telling the truth at the same time. So when I see you, I just say, okay, that's why you are like that you've listened to him for a long time and you're just like a representative of him.
Well, maybe not, but somehow that's what you have when somebody have an influence on you. Like you are discussing something so serious that other people will be talking and be swearing, angry. But you are talking about it, you'll be angry on this side. Then somehow you get to this part and you become so kind of relaxed and then cracking jokes with the same serious issue. And all of you are sitting down there when you are feeling bored, then you start laughing. Then you get serious again. At the end of the message is passed, and everybody feel like, oh, I had a good time on MaiyegunSDiary Politico, and that's my purpose. That's what I want to achieve. Make the political conversation so easy and interesting for everybody to want to be part of it. But when you now know better, maybe we can do better. Baba, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. God bless you.
And you too. I'll take another call, even though my time is running out, and I will call it last call tonight. Hello there. Yes, sir. How are you?
My team.
Long time. How are you, Baba?
I thought you were not going to pick my call.
No, I won't. I mean, you should know now. I've been saying it there, and just like others, right? I just feel like, oh, look at this person, and the time is running out. So, I wish he would make it tonight. But if he don't, I kind of miss, as you all miss the call as well. I miss who doesn't get in. So, how are you tonight, Baba?
Good. You see, yesterday, I normally listen to your program, but I don't like to call it because I think most people will call it. But yesterday, one guy called so very, very so that struck me, and I wanted to talk to talk, tell the guy really what the guy was saying.
Well, somehow your voice is very low. I'm struggling to hear you, and I don't know if people are also as well.
Can you hear me better now?
I think it's better now. If you can keep it that way, whatever you did there, right? Keep it that way. I can hear you clearly. Go on, please.
Okay. So I think Nigerians have a problem. Honestly, they have a problem. They don't know how to fight for what they desire. But that's the truth. If you push them here, they will enter there. If you push them here, they will enter there. How long? Okay, look at these people. What's their name? Pandez. Pandez from the election. Yeah, from the election is rigged. The election is rigged now. They are fighting for South. This is the problem with it. This is the problem with Nigeria. We are too selfish. If you look at what happened in countries like, say, in Liberia, when there was, because what we are having now is state capture. Criminals have captured the state. Yeah. When they captured Liberia, when the Sanwoolu captured Liberia, they had people they rallied around. Their people came out to fight the government.
They had to reject them, but what happened at the end of the day? They rounded up people up.
The people rallied around them. Yes. You know, the people rallied around them because they were united for one purpose, to bring back normalcy. The same thing happened. If you look at the East Africa, the same thing has happened there. When Obote captured Uganda, the Museveni them, everybody rallied around them. They got that. When they pushed out the Rwanda, what was their name? The Tutsis. They rallied around. Yeah, they rallied around their Kagame. They got back their country. Now look at Nigeria. Who are we going to rally around? There you see. Who are you believing that? Because right now, the only thing you need is guerrilla tactics. The country will be standstill. Nobody will rule until the international community will come out and say, okay, let us have a coalition government. That time everybody will come back to the table. Right now, you can't come to any table. You think the CIA knows what is happening in Nigeria? It's state capture. But don't consign them, because as long as you open the resources for them to be collecting their own. If you like, have the gorilla as president, they don't care.
Doesn't matter. They don't care.
It doesn't matter to them. It is the people that we fight. So if you hold the country to stand still now, these people, you think Tinubu is not standing alone. There are people backing him. The criminals are backing him. They are backing him. So we have to rally around our own people. Right now, this election showed us that we can align towards some certain areas. The Jos Plateau, the Southern Kaduna, the Taraba and Co, and all those places down to the south. You can align.
This election just showed that Northern Nigeria doesn't determine who become president in Nigeria. It just showed us. Now everybody knows that all this thing about not this Obidient, they've demystified that. There's nothing like you have to win Northern Nigeria to be president of Nigeria anymore. And that is not good for the establishment. It's like destroying an old myth, something that they have been using to deceive people for so long. Now just come neutralize everything like that. No, they won't let that go.
You know? And what, Porto? They're not
they are in the minority. How many are the when people rise, these guys are in minority. That's why they will resort to violence. Remember?
Exactly. But the only thing Nigeria needs is guerrilla tactics. You say you want to capture this country by fire by force. Look at the rigged election. It was so badly rigged. They can't even read. So this is a sham. It's a sham. And the only thing that can happen now is rally around who are the warlords. No warlord. They have watered down everybody. Everybody is now just lamenting. We are just lamenting. We lament from today to tomorrow. The people who have the power, they know what to do to shut us down. Until we know who to rally around, that will hold this country to stand still and we negotiate with the people. Period. All this one we are doing now, we are just lamenting. Tinubu is
they will swear him in. But some are saying that no, it's not going to happen. Now, it's all for us to see how this is going to play out. But if we don't acknowledge the fact that all of these are indeed making the Tinubu swearing in even more difficult. That means we are not being honest, though, because it's getting even like a worse, as they say right now. The pressure is rising, and they don't know what is going to come out tomorrow. They've tried all the propaganda. It seems that the propaganda is not dissuading these people, the young people. Maybe violence, but again, sir, we'll wait for what happens next. Yeah. Let me take this call. So this person has been trying and trying and trying. He probably kind of appreciate the fact that I let him have it. Thank you so much. I'll take this. So we need to rally around ourselves. We need to rally around somebody. We must get ready, and then be gorilla-like is what the person said. Hello there.
Modi Sojoro.
Tell me about
it. I just want to say, you know,
so you go use another Nigeria to make the call. So that's how you sneak in again. Larry.
Yeah, my voice was not actually loud that back then.
It was,
and I didn't really enjoy yeah. How about now?
You are sounding like a different person already. Like it's so clear, anyway, so loud that you're sounding like a different person. If you choose not to mention your name, I don't think anybody here will know that it was you that called in as the first caller. You are actually the first caller, Larry.
Yeah, I was the first caller.
Now you are.
But I just say make I do a Joru.
Okay, well, you have the floor. You said you wanted to add something.
Yeah,
Larry.
You know, Namia religion for Nigeria. Namia religion for Nigeria. Religion, you know, I've been saying it from the day one. That religion is a scam on us. Religion. I can remember those days that when we were growing up, we were meant to believe that men.
By now, therefore they ask for ransom on how to get him out of the devil hand.
I am telling you.
But I mean, go on, Baba.
Religion is a scam. In Nigeria, mostly, let's put it that way, because we have the Nigerian God, and the Nigerian God believes in only one thing, that is money. Because you see fathers and prophets praying for Tinubu back then. You could remember now. That was last year or when. They were praying, in fact, relentlessly, like he has to win. And they were even using some Bible verses to actually back it up. Like, I was like, But they don't care, because the Nigerian God will be money. Don't tell and say that these women are follow. Our religion, person will bring out to us. Nobody say he do bad thing, but the people where they preach out to us, I said all of them are mad. I will tell you, you see all these imam, all these affairs, they believe that Tinubu are very good Muslim. Look at what he's doing now. Look at the whole expose on him.
Larry, see, these people are paid, right? I don't want to believe that they didn't know what's going on. They do. Baba, they are even saying it themselves. Okay? They are waiting for them to get paid. And when the money got to them, they will overdo the job. Now, what anybody that is against Tinubu, on top how much? Maybe 10 million naira. So it's not even like God or anything. So how would they deliver, Baba? They have to use something to scare people now. They have to use a verse in the Quran that talk about leadership, that talk about forgiveness.
And that idiot called Olueron, can he go in front of Ayala or Ogun, original Ogun, or Sanwoolu, or Sopono? Can he go in front of Sopono or any of this thing?
And give Sopono Kodu. You won't give Ayala Kodu when they don't report it to Ayala. If they report it to Ayala, it go Kodu. You won't come good, they can't give Ayala a Kodu. Baba let me strong yo. Even if they tell us say Kodu Ayala. MC Kodu Ayala, he go tell them say no, I'm fine. I'll just greet Ayala from the fear.
This is where I draw the conclusion that African gods must be used to tackle our own evil in Africa. See, all these European gods, all these Arabian gods, no free help us for Africa. No, they begin to talk through now. Baba Fela don't talk ourselves. Say, Imam Unagbara do. You understand? ambition na enjoyment.
Baladun
you Baba don't talk am. And wetin make me want draw my last conclusion now be say all those people where they work with Tinubu, you don't show say with Fashola self, himself know about that. And they tell you, all of them know about all.
You know the fear of people, Larry, is that
they know about this whole thing. Baba, you get
how much the rest of the world knows, especially the West, that they will use your name as a compromat when they become president of Nigeria. And what does that mean? Like, how much do you think they know?
Say, Baba, they know everything now.
So imagine Nigeria presidential jet going for the United Nations, and he lands in New York, okay? And when he lands, right, they have to subject everybody coming out of that plane to drug test, checking the crew, checking everything if they don't bring anything to America.
You can
imagine the American media covering that. Nigerian crew are going through search at GF Kennedy Airport.
You can imagine, no.
Before they are allowed
you can
to
imagine, no. No, the ordinary crew, presidential, Baba,
presidential flights. They will search it for drug in America. You know America now. They will do it. They don't give a damn about you.
America is the respecter of nobody.
Sure you get.
If Trump is about to go to jail now, who are you?
Narcotic money. They don't say Nigeria president is there. Which Nigeria president? Search them. Now, a lot of people would then be...
They go search them.
Sure you get, Larry. People could come, they tell us, say, America insults Nigeria for searching Nigeria president's plane in America for drug. Like me.
Hell no. Now, live, we not go talk say the insult to all of them. Go the level yet. God no go make and read that level because Osita self don't talk am before. Say the evil ones are the ones that have been ruling us. Osita was right about it because my brother, this was the same thing Babangida did for Delegiwa to Delegiwa. And Babangida, let me tell you, I am privy to know Baba Fawen. In a way, Babangida.
They even call him evil genius. That's how much Babangida was so evil. Now they call him elder statesman. He's elder statesman in Nigeria. Abdul Salami Abubakar, elder statesman. Yakubu Gowon, elder statesman. Olusegun Obasanjo, elder statesman. Can't see elder statesman in Nigeria. See
Baba, I'm elder foolish statesman.
It is well.
They are not elder statesmen at all. Which statement are Baba make around them up with Baba Orlando. Baba Orlando wait on say it's when a foolish man and when a wise man die at the backyard of a foolish man,
he gets
as he all the ones that everybody around Tinubu knows what is going on. But he gets as he be where we say, Otobokiamo Olori Buruku Elenu Pelebe, Pitawara is still coming outside. That guy need to talk confirm hot slap. No be, in fact, guy. That
you know what he said about this drug issue, Larry? What Otobo said. He said, when they said that the address that Kolu was living in is the same address that the Akonde and the rest of all those drug dealers were also living in. And the account number, this account said that they found money in, they were registered to that address. You know what Otobo said? Otobo said, Tinubu mistakenly lived with drug dealers. He didn't know them as drug dealers. Okay?
I say Otobo
when they asked one of them, 2 billion vans were found, were seen entering Tinubu's house in 2019. They said that the bullion van lost and they missed their address. They missed their way. So they found their way to Tinubu's house. When they asked Otobo Keyawo about Tinubu's qualification, what happened to Tinubu's primary education, secondary education? They said, during the time of Tinubu, they were genius. He
was a genius and he had to read from home. You can imagine.
And Otobo Keyawo is a senior advocate of Nigeria. A lawyer.
Is that a lawyer? All our fans, they are here. All Shebi Baba Hospital not is something. Baba Faye me so fun. Kini fan is kilo be the phone. kí ni sáàni yín fẹ́ dì sóhun tó bá wọn yẹn kẹ fohùn tó bá wọn yẹn kẹ má fohùn ìwé òun lẹ ṣì ń kà láti fi certify àwọn ọmọ yín àbí òsítà ló tọkà so na so it be now.
Anyway, Larry, we'll call it a night. Okay? I'm going to take this particular call. This my old man, kind of, is always there trying to get in and add his voice, but he's always at a late time. How are you, sir?
Hello, Maiyegun.
How are you?
Yes, fine, thank
we are just about to close the service and then share the grace.
I know.
I just thought that maybe just say hi and then we can call it a night, sir. Hmm?
Yeah, I've been trying. It's been a while. I've been trying since that. Yeah, I was just going to say, I want to say thank you for everything you've been doing.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, you've been opening people's eyes, and I mean, I can't meet you. I can't. Even if as I'm talking to you, I'm at work.
Even when you are
at work. That is why sometimes
I've seen you.
Even when I'm driving.
Just to listen and thank you.
Yeah, so
thank you.
I don't say let me listen, let me be part of it. Even if I try,
I can spare 2 minutes if that's not going to be too small, because you might want to chip in into 1 or 2 minutes, okay? But you have that since you are here.
Maiyegun,
sir.
Maiyegun, I will want to tell all our members of TOT and your listeners to take time. I already sent it as a text message there. To take time to watch King of Joburg on Netflix. King of Joburg. Let them go and watch it. Yeah. Now, Maiyegun, apart from being a once senator and a governor, what business, what job can we point to that Amudawolowo Koko has, like his job, like his business? Like this is the business that we know him with.
Yeah, he did say that he worked for Deloitte, US. They said no, he didn't work for them. There's no record of him. Then
no, let's not do that is
go on.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, sir.
That he worked with.
Yeah,
I want to say that has been a while.
He also said he worked with I think Texas. No, Texas oil. As in, he worked with.
Don't let us even go there. Don't let us even go there.
I know it's all lies.
Don't let us even go there.
Lies.
Now we know that all are lies.
Mm-hmm.
This picture alone that you showed today tells everything about Amudawolowo Koko.
Everything we need to know.
And his cohorts. So, with this, we are waiting. May 29 is at the door.
It's close.
We are waiting. Let us see. Maybe they are going to hand over that country to Amudawolowo Koko and everybody. Listen to the musicians, the so-called, what's it called? When you listen, we know the meaning now.
We do.
We know. But like I said, let some people go. Everybody go and watch that King of Joburg. Oh my God. It's about drug in Abidjan.
Yes, sir. I wish you called in earlier, and you and I can have a kind of interesting convo. But thank you very much for not giving up, okay? And I'm glad to hear.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You have a good one, okay?
Yeah.
And bye-bye, sir.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to draw the curtains, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. Our time is fast spent, and we started late, but we still have our 3 hours anyway. Now, if this is your first time, okay, remember, you can subscribe to my channel. I'm actually the race towards 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. All organic, natural, willing. Like, you know what I mean? So thank you to every one of you who make up that number. To the last person, to the person who just subscribed right now, you. Thank you. Because that's how the number grows, right? From 1 person to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000, now to 80,000. It's just the same way you did by just subscribing or liking or not, you know. So thank you very much, and I am going to see you some other time. Now, you can watch this broadcast from the beginning again as if you are just joining us or you join us midway. Now, in the morning, you're going to see this broadcast divided into three parts. So the first part, the second part, and the third part, you can watch any of them anytime of your choosing. And they will be re-premiered in the morning, UK time, Niger time. And apart from that, I will see you some other time, okay? Stay safe. And remember, be careful of what you wish for. This particular one that all of you are rejecting and some are demanding for, it will be a litmus test for everybody. What is still to come? Elections have consequences, so good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.